6. Man Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 91. Rotate.
Hello, hello, what is going on, good people? What's another 20 seconds there? Mistimed the countdown, but hey, if that's the worst thing I do tonight, then I think we're going to be just fine, because I have been absolutely scrambling to get this stream set up. I got to the office late, only about 40 minutes. Normally I like to give myself about an hour. I had to re-download the 321, got to get the new livery on there. Then I have a special little juicy throttle mod that I'm going to show you guys today, so I had to get that set up, and then I had to get that bound and had to reconfigure all my axes. But hey, we have got it done. We are in the A321, the grayscale pixel livery in the Toliss aircraft on VA Friday as we fly from Phoenix Sky Harbor to Dallas Fort Worth, my hometown. I hope you guys are excited to get this show on the road. I'm excited. I don't stream in this late window. I know XP72 is streaming tonight as well, I believe, so hopefully we can get off the ground before he does, because I know a lot of you guys, we have the same viewers, so I want to try to stagger this out if I can here a little bit, maybe get off the ground before he does, that way you guys can flip-flop. But this is the 1-year anniversary of vSpirit, so it's pretty exciting. They've been around for a year now. A lot of you guys are in the VA. It's been a lot of fun. Ooh, this is a good shot right here. Look at that. So I've been enjoying it. I hope you guys have been enjoying it, and I'm ready to get this puppy up in the air. Carta says, you got the D10s. How is it? Carta, what's up, man? I didn't expect you to be here this late. In this late window, I figured I'd lose a lot of my EU viewers. So shout out to anybody who's out there in Europe and in other parts of the world where it's super, super late, or maybe even wee hours of the morning. This is kind of more of a U.S. West Coast time zone. But Carta, everything is absolutely fantastic with the D10s. My question is, Carta, I have the spoiler arm lever, but it doesn't register as a button when I lift it up. So I got to figure out, maybe I need some software. But that's my only question I got for that. So far, I'm loving it. This will actually be my first flight with it. I'll just show you guys right now. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it right here. So this is what we're dealing with. I've got basically an Etsy. I got it off Etsy. Carta put the link in the Discord a while back, and I ordered it right away. And what this does is it allows, number one, the thrust levers on the Bravo. So I've got my large range of throw, but it adds these magnets here. I don't know if you could see that. So now I've actually got 3 detents hard on my Bravo, but they're not really detents. I mean, they feel exactly like detents, but they're magnets. Now we also have an actual flap lever. Now let me do it with my other hand so you can see. You have to lift up, just like in the real Airbus, and put it in the slot to set your flaps. So that's really cool. I want to paint this black here. It came white, so I'm going to do that later on once I get it done. I think I got to Dremel down part of this this bottom part here. It fits in the slot, but I think it just needs a little bit of modification, and it'd be absolutely perfect. And then I also have the spoiler arm. Check that out. Boom, and that should arm the spoid brakes. Now, for some reason, it's not registering as a button right now, which is weird because it should. It's just a regular button. So I'm going to have to look into that a little bit further. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. I haven't even done a flight yet with them. I just installed them prior to the stream. So that's going to be fun. We'll take a look at that later, of course. We're going to be doing a full-blown yoga takeoff out of here. And, of course, we got the side stick from Flight Sim Project. So everything is ready to go. We are on VATSIM. We are on VAMSys. Let me show you guys what we're doing here with vSpirit. We do have to operate per our vSpirit SOPs. Where is the old VAMSys? There it is. So here we are. We're Spiritual Wangs 972. We're in the pre-flight configuration here. We're going to be going over to Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, I love the VAMSys software. I'm not sure if other VAs use it. This is really the only VA I've ever been in. This and Piedmont Virtual. But, I mean, it's got everything here. So you'll probably see me not like reading stuff off the flight plan. It may not be on the screen because I'm going to just close this tab. I have to manually set this in OBS so you could see it. But I just popped this up. It's got your SimBrief flight plan and everything here. Freaking sweet. You got the map here, and since this is technically an event, there should be a couple of spiritual wangs with us. So I think we got, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 of us out here already. So I'm excited. This is going to be a great flight. I hope you guys are ready to get going. Let's get the airplane fired up. Let's see what kind of madness we have here on VATSIM. Yoga or go home, Swarm? Absolutely, sir. Any truth of the mergers between vSpirit and vFrontier? Fubar. We're going to talk much more about merger stuff once we get airborne as well. I know you guys, I got a lot of good positive feedback from the last stream that I did talking about mergers and acquisitions, and a lot of you guys had questions on how it all works, and so we're going to talk more about that today in our cruise flight over to Dallas. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Oh, just before I do, let's get to this super chat. Austin Jones, thank you for the $5 donation, man. Appreciate that, sir. He says, I know super early donation. Hey, I appreciate that. But you deserve it, V1, making my weeks better and a better man. Thank you so much. Like the stream at this 10 a.m. in Victoria? Austin Jones, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that donation, sir. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm glad I can bring you some enjoyment here as well. So again, thanks for the support, Sam. Yes, we need a V Alpha as well. V Alpha, that's something else. All right, we're completely cold and dark. I think my view is a little messed up here. I'm gonna have to mess with that. Oh, you know what? I didn't even bind my overhead. So let's do that as we go through. I remember this is a brand new 321, just got it updated here, so we're going to go left control 2, we'll bind that. We got our voltages, we'll go battery 1, battery 2, it's kind of dark in here, let's turn that on. Brighten that sucker up. We'll go ahead and get the 8, well, you know what, I already did it, let's just do that. We're doing it out of order here. Let me bind my views here real quick, guys, because I forgot to do that. Every time I get a new 321, I got to reset all this good stuff, and I forgot to do that here, so we'll throw this in there. We're going to need the radio in view. I like to put the McDo just on the right side. That way I can bring all my flight plan stuff here. So we'll do that view for there. And then, of course, the, well, whatchamacallit area, the pedestal, we'll do that here. Perfect. All right, up on the overhead. Here we go, up the left-hand side. Cruise supply oxygen on. Ground control on. CVR test. Boom. Sin City, thank you for the 16-month membership celebration, sir. Looking forward to this group flight. You and me both. You and me both. That's good. We're going to go auto. I'm going to be flying off auto. Or we'll keep that off for now. Actually, we'll go off auto. What am I doing? Arm. We are in auto elevation. That is an auto. Econ flow, which we're not going to have that. A little bit toasty today. Up the center pedestal here. Left fire. Check. Right fire. Check. And apoo. Has Logan, thank you for the $10 dono, man. I appreciate that, sir. Thanks for all your great streams and being so informative when it comes to the Airbus. You're the best. Has Logan, thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you're enjoying the content and learning stuff on the Airbus as well. That's what I'm here for. I love teaching. I love it when you guys show me successful flights in the Discord, or you have a story where something went wrong and you had a successful turnout because of something you learned on the channel. I love that stuff. That's awesome. Thanks again, Haz. Appreciate that, sir. Miss Jungles, oh, it's super late for you. I know. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, Miss Jungles. Hope everybody's faring well after the tragic loss to the fur baby there. But thanks for stopping by, Miss Jungles. I hope you have a good rest of your night and a good weekend. All right, let me get these brightened up here. Everything else is good. I don't know why it's so dark in here. I feel like it's super dark. Oh, well. It's going to be, we're real time, real weather, so we're probably going to be flying into the sunset, which should be pretty fun as well, or pretty good looking. All right, everything else is good. Let me get this ND screen brightened up here. I know everybody is ready to go. We got some centers online. We got lots of centers on. Ooh, we got Phoenix delivery, ground. Oh, boy. We're going to need to tune that in. Let's get on delivery 18.1 because we're probably going to need that right away. Let's do this. Sorry guys, my views are all a little jacked up. I'll get it together here, I promise. 18.1 on delivery. We got audio. That's good. Let's go ahead and pick up a clearance before we do anything, right? Let's come back here to the wing view where it's quiet. Where we're Spiritual Wings 972, right? I'm going to do my typing into the chat here. Let's see if I get my clearance for this from this here. Ooh, what's the ATIS? Let me pull that up first. Don't want to be a noob. The ATIS is... I thought you could click on it, and it would tell you what the ATIS was. Interesting. All right, let's just try it without. Let's try it without. Probably get yelled at. Phoenix clearance, good evening. Spirit Wings 972 would like to get an RFR to DFW. I'm sorry, that was a little bit broken. Could you say again for Spirit Wings 972? You say something about a flight plan?
Phoenix delivering, number 950, Papa Bravo, ready to check. Number 950, Papa Bravo, looking to pick up IFR clearance to Kilo.
Did any of you guys get that? What was he saying? Info Echo, thank you, Sin City. Did I see the fly-by-wire added 8 cars? Yeah, it looks sweet, man. Hold on, let me, I'm going to disconnect real quick because I think it should be filed, but let me disconnect. Let me file this again. It should already be in there. I don't know why I have to refile it. I thought he said something about not filing it. Now let me reconnect. So if he says something about flight plan and it's not filed, it's definitely filed now. Oh, he said on request. Got it. All right. Well, while that's on request, let's go ahead and finish up. Let's load up the box anyway. We know what we're going to get. It's going to be pretty simple out of here. I've done this flight in real life many, many times. It's actually one of my favorite routes I used to fly when my dad was still alive. He lived in Phoenix, and well, long story short, so I'd go out there, hang out with him, and then fly him home. And so I have a lot of good memories on this flight. A lot of good memories on this flight. All right, here we go. Initialization PHX to DFW.
Yeah, we've got a reroute on the PDC. The star that we've been given is for DFW. It's for the Metro flight Jeffrey 4.
NKS 972.
Is that correct?
We're going 99. I don't care what they say.
500.
What do we got here for cruise altitude?
DFW, which isn't a star that is available at DFW. That's for the DFW Metro flight. So is that correct, sir?
370. What do we got for temp? It's -4, so again, if it's colder...
Victory 2 arrival with a turkey. Say again, Spring 500, you're breaking up a lot there.
Alright, I'm going to just kill that so we can get the box loaded up. Hopefully he'll send us a PDC or something like that. I don't know why he was breaking up so bad. We'll get this loaded up here and then go. You can change the servo on X-Pilot to have a better transmission. I'll check it out, Benny, but I think he's breaking up for everybody else as well, so it might just be on his side. All right, we're going to leave this at -56 because remember, we don't want to change it if it's colder than actual because that just increases our performance and we don't want that. We're going to put a tropo in here of 390, entry out of range. Really? How could it be out of range? Oh, I thought I was doing 300 feet. There we go. 39.1, that works. Flight plan, departure. What are they banging off of? Are they going off of... looks like they're going that way. Let's set up for 7 left on departure. On the broke 1. Out to Maxo transition, insert. It was like 2x5 when you got your clearance, Sin City? Okay, then it wasn't just me. All right, so that's good. Out to Maxo, from there to TXO, and then we're going to hit Turkey for the Victory 2. Turkey, and then we'll hit insert, DFW, arrival. I'm going to say 17 center. We probably won't be that lucky, but we're just going to throw that in the box right now for the Victory. Love the smell of jet fuel in the morning. Smells like Victory. We're not going to take it off Bossy, but we are going to take it off of Turkey intersection. Very important to get that transition in there. All right, that's in there. That looks good. ATIS says 25 right. Okay, cool. Is there no way to get a PDC ATIS anymore? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. I just wasn't clicking it. I guess my window wasn't big enough. There we go. I got it. I got ATIS information Foxtrot. Thank you, guys. We'll set up for 2.6. So not a problem. We'll just come back here. Let's do this. Departure. What did they say? 2.5? Departing. Let's see. Approach runway 25 left. Departing runway 25 right. Okay, we'll take off 25 right. I don't think we're going to go to 2.6. We'll do 25 right. We're still going to be on the broke, and we're still going to be out to Maxo. Insert. When you have a runway change like that, just come back here. Make sure you didn't get any discos in your flight plan. Sometimes that'll happen between the transition of the star and the arrival, but that's in there. That looks good. So, flight plan is in there. Secondary, we are on the Toliss. Let me verify my failures. Yes, we have max failures. This aircraft is an older aircraft, so I've got my engine age way up there, and I also have my aircraft age way up there. So, hopefully it doesn't give us any issues tonight on the network. But we're going to set up an emergency return. Phoenix is kind of unique because we got some significant runway differences. So let's look at the 10.9 page here. We're going to be blasting off 10.5. If I want to come back, I don't want to land on 2.5 left. And I definitely don't want to go 10.3 if I have an 11,500. This is almost 1,000 feet extra over here. So I'm going to make sure my return is 2.6 here in the secondary. This is one where it does make a difference. So should we pop an engine off 2.5 right, we're going to come back around. We'll make right-hand traffic. That way it'll put us on a right downwind for the ILS 2.6 right back here into Phoenix. Remember, we want to set up the performance just for the arrival. Now I'm just going to put a 200 on the DH because I don't want to actually look up the MDA numbers. As far as wind goes, I'm going to zero it out. Temperature off the ECAM is 26 degrees. Beautiful evening here at Phoenix. Man, it's beautiful today in Dallas too. It's about 25 C. Absolutely awesome. And the meter right now from Foxtrot is 29990. So 29990 is set. Our secondary is done. RadNav, we'll look at that later. Progress page, we're going to put KPHX in here. Perf page, let's load this puppy up. We're going to close that, pull up the Toliss menu. According to my VAMSys here, we need, on the booking, they've booked us for 147 peoples. So we're going to have 147 on there, relatively light loaded. We don't need all this aft cargo. Probably just have a little bit of front cargo, some gate check bags. We'll do that. And, ooh, our fuel is not in Freedom units. Let's go ahead and turn that on to a yes, please. Oh, no, SATCOM, auto, fuel, yes. Save. And here we go. VAMSys / SimBrief says we need a minimum of 18.2. We have an alternate on tonight as well with Houston. Might just be for traffic. So we'll set 18.2. Quick refuel is done. All right. We're pretty much set up. Since I'm here, let's just go ahead and do a flaps 1 Toga thrust. 143. 143. 147 are the speeds. We are 1, and remember we're practicing like we play now, up 0.7. Wouldn't really be required on this old bird. I flew this exact bird in real life. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and put that in there for this. No flex, 2.5 right in the box. Cool. All right. Max Rank, what's up, man? Finishing the tile in the kitchen. Awesome, dude. Thanks for getting the engines painted out, too. They look really good. Speaking of, here we go. Here's Max Rank's engines. Don't they look juice? I think he did some painting on them as well. I think it was you, Max, right? But of course, they're Carta's engines. All right, everything is done. Why are our ground spoilers showing armed? Okay, yeah, it's not working the way I thought it would be. All right, everything else is set up. Let's get back on this network here. One of those days you could do Phoenix, Santa Barbara in the 319. I did that flight on the Star. Keeps you high at 240 5,000. Yeah. You know what? I haven't been to SBA in a long time, Cam, but I think that would be a great route too, because that's going into Orbix as well.
John West National Airport at Kingsford departure. Departure. All restrictions as follows. Coming to 8,000 from 340 to Minneapolis.
Christian, what's going on, man? Welcome, dude.
Oh.
You were washing your car? No time for that, man. I gotta wash my truck. My truck is filthy.
2 for the first UC and squawk 0670764 Max T.
Alright, here we go. A Phoenix clearance, Spirit Wings 972. Like to get IFR Dallas Fort Worth. Block. Why is this guy's mic so scratchy? Gino, what's going on, man? It's late o'clock. I expect it's very late for you, man. Welcome on board. Welcome.
Are we going to be expecting for departure?
We might need some extra gas for this, where this traffic is going.
94912, clearance to DFW.
Come on, American. Merkin. We had to take the buses. I don't know why it says Air Berlin. Rich, what's going on, man? Welcome. Spirit Wings. Spirit Wings. Fitting to have you in the chat, man. Welcome. We're just waiting to get a clearance here. Did he just go offline? He might have just went offline. Nope, now he's back on 18.1. We'll see. Maybe he was resetting his mic. We'll see. You're drinking some extra gas for this stream, Gina? Oh, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. I was saying that earlier, you know, this stream time is more for the, I guess, the Atlantic and West Coast time zone here in the States. So I do appreciate all the I guess, yeah, the European time zone. Appreciate you guys hanging in here pretty late. Dallas Love. That's probably a smart thing. We probably should have went to Love instead of Fort Worth. Clarence, good evening to Spirit Wings 972, Dallas Fort Worth. What? Go ahead for Spirit Wings 972. All right, Spirit Wings 972, we're cleared to Dallas Fort Worth, Baroque 1, Maxo as filed, climb maintain 8,000, departure is 19.2, squawking 0763, Spirit Wings 972. I'm sorry on the altitude is breaking up really bad. Could you say the altitude one more time on departure? Copy. 8,000 Spirit Wings 972. Thank you. All right. All right, we'll expect 25 right and over to ground when ready. Thank you, Spirit Wings 972. All right, that was nuts. Zachary, what's up, man? Thank you for the $10 dono. What's up, man? It says, hey, boss man, first and foremost, happy Friday. Quick question. I finished my commercial single at the end of October and still haven't got my plastic in the mail in almost 120 days. Any tips? Are you? Well, congratulations. Hold on. Let me change this. Let me change this freak. Let me get off this. Let's just go ahead and turn him off for right now. Let's go ahead and set our squawk. I'm sorry, man. That mic was just was killing me. But Zach, well, congratulations on getting your commercial single done. You're 120 days out and you still haven't got it. So I assume by tips you mean like any way to get it back faster. Man, you know what? I would imagine maybe they're just because of COVID. It's just everything is backed up. One thing you could do is maybe go through your IACRA and verify you have the proper address. I don't know if your address may have changed, but that would be the only thing. 120 days. I know it sounds long, but it's the FAA, man. They take their sweet time. So I wouldn't start panicking yet, but if you do want to make yourself feel better, you could probably, like I said, check your IACRA, make sure you have the proper address on there. All right, a lot of stuff got piled on there. Jones, happy birthday, man. It's your 40th birthday, dude. Well, happy birthday to you, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining the stream, man. Glad to have you on board. Carter, where's the control in a bar cafe? That's what it sounds like, man. But hey, we got it done. We're good to go now. So yeah, that was sorry. I was trying to listen to him, and then I appreciate the dono. I was trying to answer that question, and then trying to get in my squawk there. But we're good to go now. We are good to go. J Long coming in with another dono. Appreciate the support, guys. J Long, I really appreciate that $5 super chat. Happy Friday. Awesome to catch a live stream. Ooh, any plans for a flight with the mighty MD-11? J Long. Dude, the day that airplane drops, my friend, if I'm not out on a trip, we're going to fly it. We're going to fly it. I will drop my trip if I'm not on a trip to come fly that airplane. But we'll see. Yeah, when it comes out, man, absolutely. Absolutely. What am I looking for? We're going to hide all of these guys here. We got that on. We can go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and start the clock for the chrono. He said 8,000 on departure. That is set for that. We got our transponder set. We need to start closing up some doors here. Let's close everything. I think everything's pretty much closed. We just manually got to close it. We're not going to Chicago, but welcome aboard. Greetings, Sculpture. What's up, man? Christian, please convince Carter Jewel to fly across the land with me tomorrow in the 346. No. Carter, do something else with your life, my friend. That's a long flight, man. What was that, 4 hours? 5 hours? All right. Greetings from Italy. What's up? Welcome. Gianluigi, welcome. All right, constraint mode is on. We need to set a proper altimeter. 2990, right? 2990 set once, twice. 8,000, we got a squawk. Ground control is going to be 1975. We'll throw that on here. Boom. We're going to call him after we push, because we don't need to call for push here on this ramp. Let's pull out the 10-9 airports. Yeah, I know this doesn't really exist here in real life. We're going to push basically in the alley here. Better pushback, start pushback. Perfect. We get the show on the road. 6 hours. Oh, you designated radio boy. Christian. Carter. I mean, let me put it this way. I won't be flying that flight. That's a long time, man. No, it sounds like fun. Yeah, Flight Deck the Sim streaming it. Yeah, he's actually in the A342, right? I think I saw that pop up on my YouTube. That'll be cool. Unfortunately, I've got some obligations tomorrow. I'm going to be busy, and then, of course, Super Bowl Sunday, so you guys aren't going to see me until next week. But we're going to have fun tonight. All right, let's push. I agree. 2 minutes and 10 seconds, close enough. Let's go ahead and get the bleed on. Let's go ahead and pull chocks. Good to disconnect power. All right, let's do a checklist. Windows, doors, and slides closed and armed. Beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is on for now.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Transponder. Before start checklist is complete. We're waiting for that. We're going to push off, and then we'll give them a call. You know, it's funny, if, you know, Flight Deck to Sim being the Boeing guy and all, he's got to do a long-haul flight. What does he take? An Airbus, because it's more comfortable and obviously the superior airplane. Oh, might have to stop by tomorrow and send him that in a message. GNR, exactly. 6 hours? My goodness. Currently -4 here. Would be nice to be in Phoenix right now. Matthew, where are you from, man? That is cold. It's been beautiful here in Dallas, too. It's been about 80 degrees, 75 degrees. All right, she's ready to push. She's ready to get out of here. Ready to go. Brakes release. You're clear to push.
Starting push.
Oh, look at that MD-80.
And you may start engine.
That's cool. That's cool. We are getting out of here. You know what? Since there's probably a lot of traffic, oh my word, look at all the traffic. We're going to just go out on one engine. We're going to single engine taxi. That's also in our vSpirit SOPs as well. Freedom! Thank you for the 23 months support. With you. Can I get some with yous in chat for a nice VATSIM evening? Let's go ahead and crank up the with yous, can we? Let's get some with yous in chat. I like that. Let's do that. Let's get some with yous. Maybe I should say with you just to appease some of you y'all. All right, we are good. Everything's good. Let's go ahead and turn this up. 1975 is ground, correct?
500, get the switch or monitor that same frequency out and cross up along those.
All right, so he's probably going to give us, we're T3. We'll pull up to, I guess, Delta 6. Expected taxi route's going to be 25 right via Echo. We're going to have terrain up on my side. We are departing mountainous terrain. Let's take a quick look at the departure. We're up to 8,000. Off 25, it's a left turn out. No speed restrictions on there. Should be good to go. Look at all those with you. Good grief. Well, I looked over at the chat, and my chat box is elongated on my second monitor, and the entire chat box is with yous right now.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Brakes set. We're going to go ahead and start engine 1.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Roger. Ignition start. We got bleed pressure. Enjoy the startup sounds. I'll be with you after start.
At all times while seated. There are emergency exits located in the front, mid cabin, and back of the aircraft. All exits are clearly marked exit signs, direction for opening, and are equipped with evacuation slides.
American 1632, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie, Romeo, 14 Delta.
Exit doors can be detached and use as straps. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you, keeping in mind that the
Hearing
closest
500, monitor tower 120.9, good day.
The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, must withdraw from the compartments over your seat and lavatory ceilings. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Pull the mask doors used to start the flow of oxygen. Cover your nose and mouth with a mask. Place the last
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Even though the back would appear to inflate.
I love these IAE engines.
It don't likely event of a water landing.
Let's go ahead and go out on 1. There he goes. Normal. Spoid brakes armed. Where's my sign? There it is. Salute, Shaka. Flaps 1. Whoa! Houston, we have a problem.
Delta and Hotel 25 right and monitor tower 110.9 emergency.
Apparently we have a conflicting binding there. All right. Hopefully we don't get docked points. Flaps 1. And we have a 7-4 that spawned in. Beautiful. Alright.
412, runway 25 right, taxi.
Yo, electric pump is on. APU bleed is off. are you guys ready? Let's do it. Let's gonna pull up and hold short here. So we're gonna go ahead and go brakes off, taxi light on, and we'll do a cinematic semi-taxi out here.
Short on a taxi 25 right via Delta, full short Delta 13.
We've got to scoot around the 7-4 here. Flaps 1 reverses into a building. Yeah, good thing we had the park brake set, Carta. That could have been very problematic if that parking brake was not set, but that's why we do it.
Southwest 1812, runway 25 right, taxi via Delta 13, Echo 13.
Alright, let's just see where we're going here. We'll give them a call from Delta 6.
And Southwest 1812, monitoring
We got some interesting ground textures. What's a Speedbird doing in Phoenix? They used to fly into Phoenix, actually, in the 7-4, believe it or not. So, I'm not sure they still do, but yeah, they definitely used to.
We're wing 1580, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie, Romeo.
Oh, there goes another Spirit. That's cool. We need to turn down this time.
Other American 1632, continue taxi via Romeo, hold short 25 right.
Alright, this looks close enough. We'll go ahead and hold short here. Where are we at? Delta 6. Phoenix ground, good evening, Spirit Wings 972. Short of Delta 6, ready taxi.
Okay, 972, runway 25 right, taxi via Delta, hold short Delta 13.
25 right, taxi via Delta, and I believe you said hold short Delta 13?
Spirit Wings 972, affirmative.
Roger, 25 right via Delta, short Delta 13, Spirit Wings 972. Alright, so what we do,
32, monitor Kings Tower 120.9, good day.
what I do in real life, we'll just do Delta, hold short Delta 13. Cool. Let's get rolling.
Aircraft on the ground, pushing towards the discretion as long as you can remain inside the non-movement.
So Delta's the inner. We're going to make an immediate left turn here. Just in time for departure. Donald, what's up, man? Welcome. Zachary, one more questions, boss. Rudder pedals of choice. Zachary, you know, I have the old SateTech ProFlight rudder pedals. Now, they're pretty good pedals for the price. Mine, however, are pretty much dead. But I've had them a long time, and I can't complain. I've got a lot of good use out of them. But I know there's a lot of people that like the Thrustmaster pedals as well. So I'm still going to be, now that I got my throttle and stick set up the way I want it, I'm going to be going down the pedal rabbit hole here pretty soon too. But as of right now, that would just be my rough recommendation. All right, we're on the Delta. Ground friction is a little hard here. It only looks like there's 2 down there, so let's just go ahead and start engine 2. Yellow electric pump is off, APU bleed is on. We're going to start engine 2 on the roll out here. Yeah, I know pack 2 is off, that's associated. Engine mode to ignition start. There's our pressure, starting engine 2. Why do I call ground when already taxiing? I went up to the movement area. That whole ramp's a non-movement area.
Phoenix ground, this is Spirit 196, ready for push button engine start. Airline 196, pushing towards your discretion as long as you remain inside the non-movement zone. Call me when ready for taxi. Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, listen to that IE spin up. I think I'm not on center line, but engine startup sounds are more important. Alright, I heard the click. We are on Delta, right? Yeah, we are on Delta. Alright, good start on 2. That comes off, that's set. We'll go ahead and turn this off. We'll turn that off. We'll start the clock because we need a warm-up time here for vSpirit operations.
Airline 973, contact Phoenix, or monitor Phoenix ground 132.55. 3255,
Spirit Wings 972. Alright, so he's switching us over. 3255.
Southwest 412.
The sounds are amazing when you listen on calibrated studio speakers. Awesome, Jeremy. I know, I love that little whine you can hear. CJ, $5 super chat. Man, that scenery is old. Terminal 2 was demolished 2 years ago. Yeah, this is an old Nimbus, I believe, right? Is there an update for it yet? Because yeah, it is definitely outdated. Thank you for the support, CJ. Zach Jabbar, sweet, thanks so much. May the TMU gods be with you. Hey, Zach, thanks for the super chat support, man. I appreciate it. With you indeed, yes, sir. JLong8986 for vSpirit. We need to wait 3 minutes. 3-minute warm-up time. Now, if you have a cold airplane, you need a 5-minute warm-up time. Shoot, did we pass Delta 13? Oh, no, Delta 10 is there. All right, cool. So, J-Long, thanks for the super chat, man. But yes, 3 minutes or 5 minutes.
Monitor Phoenix Tower. Have a good day.
If you have a cold airplane. As a new hire, do you get your choice of aircraft type or whatever is needed? That will depend all on your seniority, Mr. Davis. All on your seniority. Your seniority will dictate that. Alright, we're going to hold short here. Push this guy in front of us. Which sucks. While we're here, let's go ahead and do a flight control check. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, almost full left, almost full right, neutral. Ooh, we do have a trim of up 0.7, right? So let's go ahead and set that. Forgot to do that. Phantom 320 forgot that. So trim is set. We're going to go auto brakes max, takeoff config check, on auto. We're ATC on, and we'll go ahead and give them a call. All right, so we're holding short now. That's why you get hired at an airline with an all Airbus fleet. There you go, phase 1. Man, I love this sound right here. Just that hum. Is this guy gonna go anytime soon here? Why are the spiritual wings pushing from the southwest terminal? A merger I don't know about? Carter, you blame Christian because he's your pilot monitor and usually forgets to set trim. I believe that. There's our 3 minutes. We got a good warm-up time. Let's take a look at VAMSIS. Let's see if we how we're doing here. Let me go to my ACARs. All right. So I don't think we have any errors with the whatchamacallit. Oh no, I just closed VAMSIS. Oh no, it's still there. Cool. All right, cool. Text that. You're departing high altitude airports such as Denver. Do you turn landing odds at 10,000 MSL or AGL? Andre, for Denver specifically, it's going to be 10,000 feet. MSL. It'll depend on your SOP though. So for me personally, we do it at, actually we still do it at 10 MSL, but your SOP may dictate differently, maybe AGL. I ding the flight attendants, so on the descent, Andre, on the descent, I'll actually give them a call at 10,000 AGL. Because if I give them a call, at 10,000 MSL, it's only 5,000 feet. It's a little bit late. So, but that'll be dictated by the SOP. You're going to listen at these engines at idle and fall asleep? I'm with you, Jeremy. Is this guy going to taxi today or wait until tomorrow? How long did it take for me to pass my ATPL exams? Oh, man, I don't even remember. So long ago. I think I did my ATP, you know, I did Shepherd Air or whatever. Just knocked it out in a couple days. Ooh, there goes somebody right there. Nice. Ah, finally. I don't know why he gave me Delta. Should have given me Echo.
We were told to monitor your frequency rules chart Delta on Romeo. Showing 6080.
Navy land sub. I'm liking it so far. I am. I'm really liking it so far.
Mayo Delta 12, hold short Delta 12 to 25 right, showing 68.
We need to block this southwest.
Delta, hold short Delta 12, showing 68.
Not sure where he's going. Golly. Let's turn down X-plane a little bit here. Alright, so Delta 12, we're going all the way up to Delta 13. Southway giving way to us, as they should. Seen any of the old ATRs still flying? I haven't seen any ATRs in a while, man. The only ATRs I've seen of the... What, Silver has some new ones. Silver's got some new ATRs. I've seen them flying around in Tampa.
Monitor at 129 point. Oh, we get it.
Hit the like button for the wait. Yeah. If you like waiting around burning virtual Jet A, hit that like button. You know what? Instead of that, hit the like button for cutting off that southwest back there. That's how we do it here at Spiritual Wings. I'll go ahead and kill the taxi light. We're short of Delta 13.
All the way down at the end. The Echo 13, monitor tower 120.9, have a great. All the way down to the Echo 13 and over to tower, spare wing, south 15, get it.
Alright, brakes are set.
You told me right on the
Oh my word.
And monitor tower 120.9.
Well, I know tower is 120.9. Blocked. Alright, so what do we got here?
Airline 68, he told me right on Delta, hold short Delta 12, but we're blocked on Delta.
No, you're short of, negative. Spearwings 972, we're Delta, short of Delta 13. Somebody, there's a miscue somewhere.
I'm not seeing anyone in front of 68. Are you able to continue straight ahead on the Delta 12?
We can't go to Delta 12. There's another 321 in front of us, but we can make the right turn here at Delta 13 and get in behind the other aircraft off the right side.
I don't see your fast scope, but yeah, that's a pretty good question there on Delta 13. And Echo behind the A321 standing on Echo 13.
Roger, we're going to go ahead and continue straight ahead, right turn behind the 321 that's holding short of 25 right for Spearwings 972.
Southwest 76, ready for taxi, spot 6.
He told me right, Delta, hold short of Delta 12? Well, I don't think you did anything wrong. This is Delta 13. So I'm going to sneak in here. And of course, I'm taxing around with my yoke, which is awful. Alright, so we're going to make a hard right here.
You had given me right Delta, hold short Delta 12, but it appears that you don't see me anymore.
That could be a problem. Swing, baby, swing. We're going to be off center, but I want to do this so I can kind of nose up here between his wing and tail. How are we looking?
Continue ahead, Delta. Left on Delta 12, left on Echo behind the company A321. Alright, Delta 12, Echo, 016.
I would not get this close in real life at all, ever, so. Oh.
Wings 1815 at spot 4.
Brakes are set. Hey, that's Pede Monitor. What's going on, man? We have a cluster here in Phoenix Sky Harbor, America's friendliest airport. Not so friendly.
United 2355, continue 10, stay behind the stair wings there, right on Delta, left Delta 12, left deck.
Alright, we're going to monitor tower 20.9. Whoa, why are people's radios blowing out today? Alright, he's going to line up and wait. We're holding short. We did all of our stuff. Man. We're nice and boxed in. 321's out the wazoo. I took the bullet. Nice, Max. Looks like someone else who just lifted off right there. Oh, look at that gear retraction. That is the velocity update, right? That's pretty cool how you could see the gear going up into the well. Ooh, looks like you just had an engine failure right there. You see that yaw moment? Looks like you just lost the number 1 engine. Alright, let's go ahead and pull up.
Departure 196.
Mark Madley! Welcome to Prep Pilot, sir. Welcome. Glad to have you back on board. I like how all the Spirit Airbuses are gray, even though I'm sure they probably weren't gray in their VATS, and they maybe just be for VATSIM purposes, but alright, brakes are set. That's off. We're definitely going to be late. How are we looking on takeoff fuel? We're 17.6. Ooh. We need 17.8. Oh boy. Wait, what? Alright, well I'm going to amend the alternate. We no longer need the alternate, so we're just going to say we're good. But yeah, we're getting down there. If I put an alternate in there, we're going to be pretty low.
1215, the wind 2705, and the 25 right, 50 takeoff. 25 right, 50 takeoff, square wings 1215. Airlines 972, Phoenix Tower, 25 right, line up away.
25 right, line up away, Springs 972. Alright, line up and wait. Let's go ahead and light it up. The top row comes on. Extend these out, but don't turn them on, and then we'll go ahead and turn those suckers on. Clear left. Here we go. Looking light on juice. We are a little light on the juice tonight. I think that's because the default CSLs don't have any banana, but oh, that's exactly what it is, Carta. Alright, let's try to do a cinematic lineup here as I drift around the corner. Golly, I need a tiller. He's so much fun. We undercut that one, I think. We're going to be close. Let's see how we did. Yeah, I actually overshot it just a little bit. Alright, now I can finally stop steering with my yoke. I can put the microphone back where I want it. Now we can chill. Let me get the takeoff and landing cam up. Let me get my drink out of the way. You guys don't need to see that. 21 and older, please. Let's get this up here. That's close enough to centerline. It's kind of hard when I pop these out to get centerline reference. That's pretty close, I think. Should be good. Do you guys even care that I pop these out? I always think because it's easier to see. But.
Airlines 972, the wind 2705, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
25 right, clear for takeoff, Springs 972. Are you guys ready?
1680, Phoenix Tower, runway 25 right, over line up the way.
Maximum yoga's in chat. Here we go. Forward pressure on the stick. Spool them up 50. Detent time. Yoga. Oh, that felt good. Okay, yeah, IE still sounds better than CFM. Are you kidding me? Max like button for that. We are Mantoga SRS nav. Auto thrust is blue. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. nav. Wow, look at that rotation. We're light. Oh man, my scenery is all jacked up. I'm missing my overlays. Rip. I just noticed that. Departure Spearwings 972, we'll see it. That would have been a pro pilot move to put departure in the radio there. Call it 2865. It's probably wrong, as I'm yogaing through all the restrictions. Departure, good evening, Spearwings 972 with 3.8, climb at 8,000. 120 points. I'm sorry, say that frequency again for Spearwings 972?
For Spearwings 972, it's Phoenix departure 119.2.
19.2, thanks, Spearwings 972.
That's you later.
I need an FO for this stuff. All right, here we go. Departure, good evening, Spearwings 972. We're 4.8, climbing 8,000.
Spearwings 972, Phoenix departure, good evening. You were radar contact, maintain flight level 210.
Climb maintain flight level 210, Spearwings 972. Open climate. Jeez, we missed all the flybys. Sorry, guys. Whew. There we go. Why did the FMA say nav instead of runway on the takeoff roll? Because we are on a actual nav departure here with a nav segment. It's not a heading. Now, if it doesn't say and, well, hold on, before I say that, let me just double check. And, Jeremy, because 25 right doesn't have an ILS to it, so it doesn't have a localizer to track, so it can't go runway. You know how it goes runway track? Every time you see that, that's because it's tracking a loc, but there is no ILS for 25 right, so that you don't get that runway there. All right, there's S-speed. Let's do our fancy new flap levers. Flap 0, after takeoff checklist. Oh yeah, that is some juice, ladies and gentlemen. We're navin'. That's why I need Carter tomorrow. I'll even let him leave after takeoff. Yeah, you might actually need Carter tomorrow, Christian. I forget how
Phoenix departure,
high
citation November 19
workload
5000.
single pilot flying is. These detents are pretty sweet, not gonna lie. That felt pretty good.
November 1952, Phoenix departure,
Look
good
at
afternoon.
that.
Radar contact, maintain
That looks like a real engine, I swear. It literally looks like it looks better than the actual real engines. Here's another flyby on the turn. You guys are killing me with the flybys. My bad. I didn't get a juice flyby on departure. That's pretty juicy right there. Probably overshot the turn. Oh yeah, we way overshot that turn. Don't mind us. We're just flying around here. It's alright. I get some use of my Flight Sim Project stick. Passengers are like, what in the hell is going on up there? Yep, detents for the honeycomb T-bomb. And to be fair, they're not actual detents. What they are magnets. And they feel just like detents. I picked them up off the Discord. Carter posted a link. I believe it was in the add-ons. There's 10. Let's go ahead and clean it up. Turn that off. Turn that off. Let the flight attendants know we're at a 10. We'll start the turn here. We're flying all the way through the flight director bars tonight, but that's all right. 210 is blue. We're at a 10. Let's do our rad nav. Nothing to hard tune. Secondary. We'll go ahead and copy the active. Cool. Yeah, top overlay isn't on because we're in the takeoff and landing cam. As soon as I switch it back. On a departure like this, with all these turns, I do hand fly them in real life. I've hand flown this exact departure. Many times. But it's so nice in the bus. As we accelerate here, it's perfect. Coming through 280 knots. God, I can't get enough of these engines. Ordered your stick for the FO side. Can't wait for that real feel. Max, You're going to love it, man. You're absolutely going to love it. It seriously changes, it's going to change the game for how you hand fly.
Departure Bravo 683.4, climbing 8,000.
Tomeg, exactly. Alright, that's enough fun. Air show's over. Autopilot 1. Live cam's coming back. We can turn down all this stuff here. We're going to turn you down. We're going to turn you down about 5 because I know it's loud out there. That's all turned down. Turn X-Pilot down a little bit. Alright, let's just verify since we are on VATS and we're doing everything correct.
1215, contact Phoenix, correction, contact Albuquerque Center, 127.5.
I'm going to climb out at 310. Or else we'll never get there. That looks good. Everything else looks good. Let's do a quick systems check.
785, 0, Star 15.
Looking good. All right. 310. Here we go. Let's enjoy some card engine view on the departure. What stick is that? That is the Flight Sim Project's exclamation point stick. There you go, Papa. Whoa! Does the Toliss have a cabin? Absolutely. We'll do a cabin tour. We haven't done a cabin tour in a while. Let's go up to cruise altitude first. And that's the one thing that the mic volume. They need to be able to censor mic calibrations. Airbus cockpit is just a thing of beauty. Can't get enough of it. Cam, I agree, man. I know I love looking at the engines, but as it gets a little bit darker too, as we fly away from the sun, might have some good lighting, some good screenshot opportunities here. Cam, your ship did, your stick did ship. 2785, good day, Spirit Wings 972.
For 1952, contact Albuquerque Center, 127.5, good day.
Oop, wrong freak there, 2785.
7.85.
That's good to hear, Cam. I know you've been waiting on that stick to ship. Center, good evening, Spirit Wings 972. We're 16.7, climbing flight level 210. $27.85, right?
Albuquerque Center, citation November 1952 to 1000. Citation 1952, Albuquerque Center, welcome. Sorry,
He sounds like he's going to on the landline. He sounds like he's going to Dallas Love. He's got some Ariat boots on up there in that citation. We're going to go into Dallas Love. Go see some Cowboys play some football tonight. I wish they were playing this weekend. Center, good evening. Spirit Wings 972. We're 18.2, climbing flight level 210. There's standard STDs for you and me, 1, 2, and 3. Climb and maintain flight level 370, Spirit Wings 972. 37 is blue. We're climbing. I got us in selected speed here, 310. We'll just hold this here for a little bit until we get up into cruise. VATSIM is the quickest way to go deaf. Jeremy says, my friend at JetBlue switched over to the 220 after 17 years on the 320 because he said he was bored. You know what, Jeremy, the 220, I'm not bored of the 320 yet. I mean, I will say I can see that, though, where maybe it's got better trips, too, on the 220. I don't know. But obviously, you fly any airplane for 17 years, you're going to get bored of it. But the 220 is a nice bird. It definitely is a nice bird. I actually walked up into the cockpit of one not too long ago. First time. I've never actually flown on one until recently, and then I went up to the cockpit. I didn't sit in a jump seat or anything, but I took a peek up there, and it is a clean cockpit. It's almost too much glass for me, but I would imagine it's a pretty nice bird to fly. You got your DHL tracking today. Good, Cam. Good to hear it. Gonna miss the Z-axis, the TCA, taxiing, rudder pedals, just not cool. Cam, do you have a yoke? I would suggest using a yoke as a tiller axis. Who do I have Sunday, Christian? Man, I'd like to see the Bengals win, but I think the Rams are going to do it. I think the Rams are going to win, but I'm going to be rooting for the Bengals. Al W., what's up, man? Used to love flying Southwest out of Dallas Love. Yes, sir. I love that airport, Dallas Love. It is a nice airport there. Anytime you fly Southwest, they got everything you need over there. It's a nice little airport. It's not as busy as DFW. It's not as big, so it's easier to get around. Very convenient. I do like Dallas Love. Richland, thinking of buying the Flight Sim Project stick for when Phoenix releases, which base would you recommend? I have a video that encompasses that whole topic. I would suggest you check it out. Just check it out on the V1 channel. But me personally, I'm running the Warthog base. I think, in my opinion, it's the best way to go. The Virpil is also a very high quality. Here's the thing. The Virpil base is actually more technologically advanced than the Warthog base. There's much more you can do with the Virpil. However, sometimes you need, I shouldn't even say sometimes, but in the case of the Airbus, you need that stirring gravy, mushy feeling, which I think the Thrustmaster just does a great job of doing. But if I want to fly a helicopter or something, then I would prefer something like a Virpil base or the VKB. I actually have a VKB set up dedicated for helicopters. When I used to fly that digital combat sim quite a bit, so I have a whole helicopter set up, and I use the VKB, which is very similar to Virpil, if not exact. And then I've also toyed around with the Virpil base a little bit, and I actually toyed around with the Windwing base as well, which is pretty good. But again, like I said, as far as representing the Airbus side stick itself, something about that mushiness that I enjoy from the Warthog. Can't support the Rams since they left St. Louis. I hear you, Max. Oh, yeah, especially, yeah, for you. Hope for Bengals, but expect Rams to get a home game blowout. Yeah, it could be a blowout, man. You let Aaron Donald start running around back there. It could be lights out for the Bengals. Here's the thing. I don't think the Bengals will play good from behind. So this is my prediction. If the Rams get an early score, and maybe they get a turnover, a strip sack early, and maybe they're up 2 scores. If it's a 2-possession game within the first quarter, I think the Bengals are going to be in big-time trouble because I don't think they can play from behind very well. It's going to be, and that's, you can't just be expecting to, throw touchdowns and just drop back and pass every play when you got Aaron Donald on the other side. So that's going to be the key. If they can keep it close and not get the score, run away from them early, they might have a chance, but it's an uphill battle. What's on the menu for me, Jeremy? We've got all kinds of stuff on the menu. We got wings, absolutely. Wings are on the menu. We're gonna go get donuts. My little girl, she loves donut day on Sunday, so we're gonna go get donuts in the morning. We're gonna have wings. I'm actually gonna be smoking out some spare ribs. I'm gonna fire up the smoker. We're gonna do some spare ribs. I might actually do a pork shoulder too, but I don't know if I want to. I'd have to set it up late Saturday night into the morning. That way I can throw the ribs on midday. But I don't know. Definitely going to have the smoker going full bore. My wife is going to be making some brie bites, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys ever had brie bites if you like cheese, but basically she puts brie cheese in this puff pastry and then puts a little bit of jam in there, depending on apricot or strawberry. So we'll have those as appetizers as well. What else we got? Oh, we have the smoked cream cheese. If any of you have a smoker, you've got to try this. So what you do, get a block of cream cheese, put your favorite rub on it. Now I like to do, I either do 2 blocks of cream cheese or I take 1 block and cut it in half, but that doesn't work as well. I find it's, my ears are ringing. What you have to do is either just have 2 blocks of cream cheese or cut 1 in half. I prefer doing 2 separate blocks. You probably need people to come over. I mean, I could easily eat 1 whole block by myself, but it's way not good for you. But what you do is take your favorite rub. So for one of the blocks, I use a savory rub, just like your standard, something that I would probably put on a pork shoulder, your paprika, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, all that stuff on one of them. And then on the other brick, or if you cut it in half, I put a sweet rub, so like a sugar-based rub or a brown sugar-based rub. Sometimes I do like a sweet ribs. Man, y'all are making me hungry. We're not even talking about airplanes. But anyway, we're going to finish this because you have to try this. I posted some pictures in the Discord. So you put your rubs on your cream cheese, 1 savory, 1 sweet, and then put it on the smoker for as low as your smoker can go. Probably about 180 degrees is about as max you want to go because it might start melting. But you don't even take the cream cheese off the foil. You just put the whole thing on there, put it in the smoker for an hour. at 180 degrees.
57 traffic,
Man,
30
it is
miles
amazing.
outside
Get some
of,
chips, maybe some,
CRJ 700.
what are those, pita chips? You want just a plain chip, maybe some Ritz crackers. You don't want any flavored crackers, but just get a plain cracker, plain chip, and then you dip into that cream cheese. It's next level good, seriously. Yeah, so we got all that on the menu, and probably a couple other things too, but we're going all out this year. How we doing? We're 310 knots. I don't know why everyone seems so loud. I'm going to turn that down, turn this up. Seems like a smooth ride. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. V1 has got all Gordon Ramsay. Y'all got me on a tangent. No, so I actually, I got into smoking meats several years ago, and then I went down the rabbit hole for a little bit. I'm no way a master at it, but it's addicting, and I really enjoy it, so it's a lot of fun. Meat Church Voodoo? You're a Texas guy. Meat Church Voodoo. So the cream cheese will be very soft. Jeremy, yes. So after 1 hour, it's extremely soft, almost like the texture of like a whipped cream, but the outside has a little bit of a crust. If you do it just right, you get a little bit of a crust. Not a hard, crunchy crust, but just a firm, enough to keep it all together. But yeah, as soon as you dip it with the cracker, the inside texture is just like whipped cream. What happens if the two pilots touch the side stick at the same time but in a different direction? Which one will prevail? Well, FCOM, without going down the rabbit hole and getting into some possible safety of flight issues, what will happen is you'll actually get a dual input. So let me see if this works here. Let's go Toliss. Let's get, ooh, look at that. Enunciator's on. I love doing that. All right, so here you go. Here's your side stick priority push button. Back to the learning thing here instead of talking about meat. So what you'll notice is you're going to get a side stick priority light will illuminate. Basically, and it'll say dual input. It'll say dual input. I don't think I can simulate it up here. No, there's no way to simulate it. But the airplane will yell at you. It'll actually go dual input, dual input. Now, there's a way to take priority and maintain priority, and there's also a way to deactivate the opposing side stick should you have a side stick fault. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on how that's done because there's some things that safety-wise that I don't think should be out there. I mean, it's not like it's a secret, but I'm not going to be the one to talk about it. But a side stick fault is a very serious problem, and I actually had an instructor give me this in the sim one time on a go-around. It was a go-around with a side stick fault, and the FO was flying, and I'm over here pilot monitoring, and in the go-around, the airplane pitched straight up because, I can't remember, did he give us a compounding failure? I think I don't know, something where basically the trim had ran up. Like it was trim had been running up the whole time. Then in the go-around, the airplane pitched up because it was trimmed for that, and you're at Toga thrust, and had a side stick fault at the same time. So the FO was pushing his side stick forward, and it was doing nothing. And just by the luck, I mean, I don't want to say luck, but you know, I saw on the ECAM that all I saw was side stick fault, and immediately in my head I was like, I have control, and then I deactivated his side stick. Because what can happen there, Toga thrust, and if you don't have any input, maybe a faulted side stick, the airplane's going to pitch straight up, and you're going to be in a no-good situation. You're going to get your protection's going to kick in, and it could be a bad day. So side stick fault is something very serious, but there are ways to remedy it. There are ways to deactivate the opposing side stick. But yeah, it will let you know when there's an input. Sounds hot enough to give third-degree burns to the roof of your mouth. A blue bear. No, it's not hot at all. That's the thing. It's not too hot at all. I promise you. If you do it right, it'll be warm, but it won't be too hot. All right, let's go ahead and start chilling out here. Let's go ahead and let's set the views here. Ooh, that's nice. Where do we want to sit? We're going to set the mood for the evening here. Let's sit on this side for a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn this down. That's basically off. Let me get some tunes on here.
November 12092 late Romeo, you're in a contact 43 miles southwest of the Drake 4 TAC. Altitude 89,100. Center Juliet Romeo.
I'm going to do some messing here. Whoa.
November 9
Center, Juliet Romeo, say your request.
Oh, this song hit pretty hard.
Class Bravo and transition, enough to allow with the event going?
Probably stand by.
All right, how's the audio, everybody? Audio good? That seems a little loud. Let me change that.
Albuquerque Center, 0 wing 532, crossing 16.
All right.
4210. Direct 532 Albuquerque Center, welcome, climb maintain for level 35.
Is it customary for the FO
350,
to also taxi if he has pilot flying? Cam, that again, that's going to be SOP dependent. Now, I mean, without getting too much into the book, in the U.S., as a rule of thumb, generally speaking, only the captain taxis the aircraft on the ground. So whether he's pilot monitoring for that leg on the ground, the captain has control of the aircraft on the ground. But yes, the FO does have a side stick. I've actually had the FO taxi for me. He's actually taxied for me when I've been working through a maintenance issue. I said, hey, let's just taxi us over to this pad. I'm working with maintenance on a computer reset. So the Airbus is fully capable, and it comes standard with that FO tiller, which I don't think Boeing does. I know it's an option for Boeing aircraft, but the most Boeings that I've seen here in the States don't even have a tiller on the FO side. But generally speaking, in the U.S., the captain is always the pilot flying on the ground. So after rollout and up to lineup on takeoff. And honestly, depends on how much I like the FO, or how much I trust the FO to do the lineups and stuff, especially if it's a 321 and it may be a tight turn. But most senior FOs are pretty good about it. If it's a brand new guy, I tend to do the lineups and everything for him, and then relinquish control. Al says, what are your go-to kitchen knives? Oh man, Al, you know what? I've actually been searching for a good set of knives. We got a nice going down I feel like this really is a Friday night just chill out VA stream here, hitting topics we never talk about. But we got a knife set from my wife's father over Christmas. I don't remember the name of it, to be honest with you, but they're okay. I do hand sharpen. I do a lot of hand sharpening, so I keep the stuff sharp. But I'm still looking for something better. What I've noticed about these knives is they don't hold the edge very well. They get sharp, but they just don't hold the edge. I mean, I have to resharpen them almost every time I do a set of ribs or something like that. They don't hold the edge hardly at all. How is your heat tolerance as an amount of spiciness you can handle? Not very good, Jeremy. I'm not a huge spice fan. You know, I like some heat on some things, but not too good. Probably mild is where I'm at. And if I'm on the road, I don't do any spice, just for precautionary measures. Lalogez 105. I hope I'm saying that right. Lalogez 105. I just want to take a minute and thank you for being here on stream, because I remember that name. You were one of the first people ever to comment on one of my videos that I ever made on YouTube. And I remember you were commenting and watching videos at the very, very beginning of the channel. So thank you for still being around and hanging out with us in chat. What do I think about the Netflix releasing documentary about the Boeing and Max? I think it's going to be pretty sweet. Ironically, I just watched that last night, the trailer for it last night. I saw it last night. It was actually on YouTube, the trailer for it. So I'll be very interested in that. I mean, I don't know if there's more in it that I don't know. You know, I've looked into that whole Max situation quite a bit myself, and nothing's really going to change my mind. The former CEO of Boeing, I mean, he should be in prison. He should be in solitary for the rest of his life. But he's already a CEO of another company now, so I'm not, it is what it is. I will watch it for sure.
3245, American 1932.
Yes, I did a high-speed once in an Embraer. Richland, I did a high-speed reject in an Embraer one time, and then I did a low-speed in an Airbus. But speaking of high speeds, and I talked about this a little bit on the multi-crew stream with Phantom. So not too long ago, a good friend of mine, also a captain, same airline, he had a high-speed RTO in Las Vegas. I mean, high-speed. I think they were like 100 and... I think they were only like, maybe 20 knots below V1. So they're like 120 knots. maybe even faster. High-speed RTO. He said it was so violent that their headsets came off. Like the amount of G-force on the rejection was so violent that their headsets came off. And I can absolutely believe that because my high-speed reject that I had in the Embraer in Halifax, I think it was Halifax. I think we were in Halifax, Canada. And I remember my head went down and I couldn't lift my eyes to really see the PFD. I mean, the G's were that aggressive. So I 100% can believe that his headset flew off at a super high speed RTO. How are we doing on the VATSIM map here? Let's check this out. Look at that line. Cool.
2765, SkyWest 123. You have a great night.
What happens if one of those days and you really got to go to the bathroom because those airport burritos on arrival approach? Rex, we talked about those before for sure on the podcast. You know, the FAA states, and I used to know the actual reg for it.
Wings 972, reduced speed no greater than Mach 0.72.
All right, we're slowing. We may not be able to do Mach 7.2, Spirit. Well, the lowest we can do is 7.6 at this weight for Spirit Wings 972.
Spirit Wings 972, roger. Maintain Mach 0.76 or less.
Roger, 7.6 or less, so Spirit Wings 972. Yeah, look, so this is, we're not even that heavy, but just a moderate 321 at 37,000 feet here. There's no way I'm going to slow this aircraft down to green dot here in cruise. So we're going to do 7.6. That's going to be our lowest. Might be able to give them 7.5, but I'm uncomfortable with our distance to VLS at that point. So, you know, he could give us a lower altitude maybe. I could ask for that, or you could get a turn. But, you know, real world scenario, I would handle that exactly the same. Say, hey, all we can do is 7.6 here. You know, maybe we can go down, but I don't even want to go down because our fuel, actually not, you know, we got 42 minutes extra gas, but with the amount of traffic into Dallas, I don't want to mess with going down. So I'd rather just take a turn if we had to at this point. But, oh yeah, look at that view right there.
Albuquerque Center, hello, SkyWest 4423 with
yeah.
you, 14,000 climbing flight level 210.
I forget where I was at, but yeah, Rex. So there's actually language in the FAR AIM, or in the FARs, the regulatory, the FAR, Federal Aviation Regulation, stating that you are able to get up and leave your duty station anytime for physiological needs. I believe is how it's worded. So if you got to get up, you got to get up. Cam says, just want to tell you, V1 Captain, your detailed answers, regardless of the question, the time you take to answer them is truly amazing. You're an absolute gem of a human being. Cam, well, that's too kind, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. You know, sometimes I intentionally gloss over answers because I would be uncomfortable. Like, you know, when it gets to security stuff or flight deck security, you notice we never talk about the door. But yeah, for the most part, man, if I have the knowledge behind it, I do like to elaborate, and I'm glad you guys are so well receptive of that. And I also try to, if I don't know the answer, I'll probably skip it in chat, but if I start reading it, I don't want to give the wrong answer, because as an instructor, I know the principle of primacy and how strong that is. So the first time you hear something or learn something, if it's wrong in a high stress environment, you're going to default right back to that first thing you learned. And if it was wrong, that's no bueno. So, but for the most part, I do try to give my best that I can. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Cam.
.com 115, would you be able to give me a deep one or greater in a climb?
I have a couple of hand-forged Japanese knives in white number 2 steel. Fantastic. Ow. That's what I think maybe for Valentine's Day, I might actually, well, see, here's the thing. I was actually going to get a really nice knife set for the wife for Valentine's Day, but then I thought that might come back to haunt me. It's kind of like getting a vacuum cleaner, right? So I'm going to skip for Valentine's Day, but I've been looking at a couple of different Japanese hand-forged knives as well. But man, they are expensive too. Kind of hard to spend that much money on a knife set when you think about it. Hi from Thailand. What's up, man? Welcome. What spiritual wings pilot used with you? File a report. I don't know. I didn't hear it. Somebody said with you. that too loud? I feel like it's kind of loud. No one's complaining. Mateo Chewy, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Hey, man, I have just booked my honeymoon for September 2nd. Well, are we back? Did this recover? Are we live? Can you guys hear me? I've got like, hold on, I got like some major malfunctions here. My chat box has gone away. Let me pull this, refresh that. That's up. It says we have 48 concurrent viewers. Wow, there's my chat box. We're live. Oh my word, we are live? I don't know what happened, guys. The whole office went dark. Yes, but no audio. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you. Quality is very low. Stand by. How did this recover? See you and hear you fine? Audio and video are fine. Sim audio. Oh yeah, the sim audio is down because we were just chilling with music. Let me pull everything else back up. Fly Live is still up. I don't know how that recovered, guys. That's amazing. I was about ready to go home. There was an error communicating with the server, according to VAMSys, but that's fine. Where's XPilot? Let's go ahead and reconnect. We're back on.
Airline maintain level 370, Skybus 1492.
We're back on. And Center Spearwings 972, we had a momentarily blackout there. Did we miss a frequency change?
Spearwings 972, Albuquerque Center, Squawk Island.
IDAS Spearwings 972.
Spearwings 972, Albuquerque Center, radar contact. Still speaker 6.76 or less.
Roger that. 76 or less, we're doing it. Spearwings 972. All right. Wow. Okay. I don't know what happened there. I mean, I'll tell you, I mean, the whole office went dark. Everything went dark. But I guess, so I have, man, I'm actually proud of myself. I'm smart. So I hooked up, my PC is hooked up to a reserve power block. So when I lose complete power, I still keep juice to the PC for a moment. I think it can hold a PC for a couple of minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so, maybe less than that, because it's such a large power supply. But everything came back. All my screens went dark, though, which was weird. Like my monitors were reset. Like all my monitors were reset. Everything was set. But we're back. We got viewers back. Toliss save. We don't even need a Toliss save. X-Plane ran the whole time. I don't think I ever stopped flying. But what a sunset. All right. Ooh, I don't know. Should we sit outside view? Ooh. Those sky colors. Ooh, this is the view right here. Let's do more of like a more realistic card of view. There you go. I don't know. I like this one better. Is it a local tournament you're fishing? Well, Donald, my tournament actually got canceled. They postponed it for winds, which pissed me off. But yeah, it's there was a local one tomorrow that got put off. But Donald, I guess you're a bass fisherman too. Check this out, dude. My local lake yesterday caught 29 pounds, dude. My best 5. Just having fun. I caught an 8-pounder, a 7, 2 6s, and then a bunch of like 3s and 4s. But a truly awesome day yesterday. I don't know what happened. But no, I was supposed to fish a tournament tomorrow, but they postponed it. So I'm gonna be on daddy duty tomorrow, and the wife's gonna go out. So, all right, we're back. I don't even know what we were talking about. So hold on, let me go ahead and close my door. I'll be right back.
Good evening, Albuquerque Center, Southwest 1041, climbing through flight level 30.84320.
Southwest 1041 Albuquerque Center, welcome.
All right, we're back. I don't know what I don't know what we were talking about. I apologize. Somebody was Mateo. You had something about your honeymoon, man. Let me scroll back. I can't even. My chat. My chat went away. So I can't even scroll back. So sorry, Mateo. But anyway, congrats on your wedding, dude. That's awesome. Anniversary coming up too, or not anniversary? Honeymoon. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and turn this back down. We're on the wing view. We're jiving with that. Let's get our music back up here.
Southwest 1278, 3 descend via the Eagle 6 arrival, Phoenix landing west, altimeter 299.
We'll skip that song. And we're back on it here. Let's turn down the sounds on the inside.
That was 3270, contact Albuquerque.
How's
0.9 or 7.
in real life flying? How are things? HK, what's up, man? Things are good. I haven't flown for a while now, so I don't go back to work until another week. So I've had some time off. I'm growing out the beard right now, enjoying some time off. Had vacation this month. But yeah, man. Other than that, life is good. Life is good. Can't complain.
1015, radar contact lost.
Did you say Bourbon 1015? That's awesome. You know what's weird is we don't have any ortho here, but I think we're going over a section of no ortho anyway.
Alpha Delta Victor 9115, contact Albuquerque approach 127.4, good night.
Should I study SIDS, STARS, ILS, and different charts for my private pilot? No. Peyton, for your private pilot, you don't even look at charts, okay? You need to just look at your fundamentals of aviation. So just your basic stuff, your aerodynamics and all the basic stuff, that's what your private pilot is for. Your instrument rating is where you dive into SID, STARS, and ILS. We need V1 cam. I don't know. I've toyed with the idea here and there. I am once I get a proper setup, I'm still doing a lot of work. I mean, the office, the V1 HQ is, as far as making it look good and getting everything I need in here, is on the bottom list of priorities right now. But once it is complete, I tend to do kind of like some podcast format videos with cameras and stuff. But I don't know about face cam on stream. I've toyed with the idea here and there. I don't know. We'll see.
November 1905,
Captain Tom, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
127.4, 9052. Have a good day.
Anur, what's up? Hey, partner, if I talk to you like this, it's because I'm also part of aviation in real life in Colombia for Avianca. Very cool. I'm an Airbus 318, 19, and 20 aircraft tech, and well, Airbus is made anti-fool. Yes, it is. Well, welcome, man. Glad to have you on board. Are they still called sectionals? I don't know, Cam, are they? I think they are. Sectionals, that's what it is. Yeah, you need to study your sectionals. Gosh, that's a blast from the past. Just thinking of that word alone, sectionals, yeah. In PPL, life is awesome. If we get opportunity, very difficult to find private jet owners. Yeah. Thing is, too, like if you have a jet, you're probably going to need... I mean, I guess theoretically you could fly a jet with a private pilot's license, but
November 163, Golf Tango.
Can't go far.
Contact Albuquerque Center 120.9.
Al says, Toga Inox stainless steel 3-piece set. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Chef knives go moderately priced, about $340, respected brand. Al, thanks, man. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I'll check that out. That's what it was. We were talking about knives and we lost power. It was kind of scary. I was looking over my shoulder, no doubt. Just booked a flight, London Heathrow, same airline based at DFW. Nice. Probably American, John. If you're going straight from Heathrow to DFW, it's probably American. Weird off-topic question, but am I into V1? I'm into Formula One. Not really, Sin City. Not really. Not into Formula One. I used to be into drag racing quite a bit. I actually used to drag race in college a little bit. Like we had a drag racing team, but I've kind of transitioned. You know, initially it was cars, and then now it's it's boats, it's bass boats, and guns too. I'm an avid shooter, so that also takes up a lot of time.
You continue enjoying the live. Bank angle check.
Bank angle check, super deal. Thank you for the $2 dono, man. Appreciate that. Hit the like button for the V1 channel. Yeah, we got 150 likes with 140 viewing after a midstream shutdown, so I can't complain. Thank you guys for all hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Music sounds like late 80s and 90s arcade games. I'm letting the endemic sound run the playlist. It's doing pretty good. I got a couple of favorites. I'll tell you what, though, it's going to take 4 years getting a DFW at 7.5 Mach.
Sir, hello, American 417, flight level 210.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
American 417, Albuquerque Center, welcome. Climb, maintain flight level 39er 0. Maintain flight level 39er 0, American 4.
That's a cool shot. Drive to Survive on Netflix. Do you know somebody? That's so funny. Someone else recommended me watching that a couple months ago. I never did, but I remember someone bringing that up. Pilots, we watch a lot of Netflix, right? So we're always looking for the best Netflix series to watch. Does that explain 357 in the channel? You got it, Sin City. And when I played football, 57 was my number. But yeah, you got it, Sin City. Ever meet an FO who came into the industry later in life? A lot of times, Chavis, or Mr. Davis, a lot of times. In fact, when I was an instructor, the average age for a student was like 35 to get started. So yeah, all the time, man. A lot of second career guys, guys that were just doing something until their mid 30s, even their early 40s. Sometimes even I've seen guys come over in their 50s. Like matter of fact, I flew with an FO. I've talked about it during the multi-crew stream with Phantom. He was an air traffic controller for 20 years or something, 30 years. He's 61. And he's an FO, relatively new hire. I think he's been with the company a couple of years. But, yeah, guys come over all the time, all ages, man. If it's something that you're set on doing, sometimes you just got to do it, especially now in the U.S. with the shortage and everything's going. So if you're looking to get into it, they're definitely going to be hiring. A little bit of stutter there on the reload. Speaking of guns, I was able to shoot really well by using my iPhone as a scope attached to the gun. Really? Interesting, Jeremy. Interesting. That's cool, man. Yeah, I just recently got some 300 blackout subsonic ammo, which I've been having a lot of fun with. So for any of you guys that are into shooting stuff, I've gone down the subsonic rabbit hole now. I'm trying to do everything subsonic. Most of these guys come late because either they want to try or when they were young it was really expensive. Yeah, that's also, a very valid point. A lot of the guys I see multi-career, it's their second career, sometimes even their third career. How many times pilots can write down same failures on logbook before aircraft lose airworthiness? Sometimes your boss needs to... So 3 times, Mr. Lackett. So if it's written up 3 times for the same thing, they got to do something else other than, say, ops check good, which I've seen many times. And I actually, I've been... Ooh, look at the reflection off the engine there. It wasn't in that view. There was a sweet view where we were getting some nice reflection off the engine. But, yeah, 3 times for us. Let me slip these views around. I don't know what happened to all my ortho. Is apparently jacked up. That's great. There's a good shot. Mandatory requirement is still 65. Yeah, rotor fib. There's actually been some discussion. I keep hearing more and more that they're going to push it to either 67 or I think how Europe... Does Europe do it with the... where you just have to maintain... You have to maintain a medical. and you can go as old as you want.
Ring 532 is Mach .78.
Oh, I'm getting a weird flutter there. I don't know what's up with that.
Ring 532, reduce speed Mach .77 or less.
There we go. I'll get rid of the flutter anyway. Shooting 300 blackout with the MCX. Phase 1. I'm proud. That's impressive, sir. Yeah. SIG MCX I've been really enjoying, man. So, and I also have a MP5 SD, SP5 I should say, SP5. Probably get this video probably get demonetized because we're speaking about guns now, but yeah, SP5. I've been having a lot of fun with the SD6. But yeah, 300 blackout on the MCX is freaking sweet. Justin, exactly.
Albuquerque 20.907. United 1202, thank you.
If you purchase your own plane, will you do in real life plane flying stream? Maybe, but I don't see myself buying a plane anytime soon. To be honest with you guys, I love flying, and I wouldn't mind getting in an airplane, you know, with someone if they have it, if a buddy has one. But I don't. I know the trouble and the work it takes to own and maintain a personal aircraft, and I just number one, I don't have the time for it. Number two, I don't really have the desire to do all those things. I have a few guns, but I live in the gun-friendly state of California. Yeah, DJ, it can be tough out there, my friend. I need Shade X. I'll send you my profile. Dropped Reshade and haven't looked back. Max, just give me X-Plane 12 already, man. I'm so tired of all the different plugins. But yeah, X-Plane. Do you guys see all those X-Plane 12 videos recently that have been dropping? The one where the Cirrus was on the runway. I was looking at the runway textures of the snow and the ice on the runway. Just looked freaking awesome. How is average FPS? Well, right now with no ortho in the Toliss, one can only imagine. I'm getting 85 FPS right now. Mrs. V1 says no plane. Yeah, she would probably say no plane too.
American 417, roger, reduce speed, Mach .8.
There's a JetBlue captain out there who flew his last trip with his son, basically kicking and screaming, not wanting to give up the left seat just because he reached a number. I agree in some ways. Cam, you know, I've had differencing. I've had a change in views multiple times on this whole retirement thing. Whenever I fly with someone who's 64 or 63, majority of the time, I'm like, why are you still flying airplanes? You should not be flying airplanes right now. Like, this is not helping anybody. But then there are other people I fly with that are 63, 64, that take very, very good care of themselves. I'm like, whatever. So I don't know. I don't know where it sits, Cam. I don't think I would like to see it go past 65, to be honest with you. I, for one, personally, I'd like to retire at 60. It's kind of what I'm trying to plan for. I don't want to be flying planes when I'm 65. As much as I love them, I think I want to enjoy retirement too. But I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. I don't have a full opinion on that. Have I checked out Texas Gun Experience in Grapevine? Al, is that the place where they have all the stations? What is it? It's not skeet shooting. Or is it? I went somewhere, Al, that we went station to station in the carts, and we were doing. My mind's drawing a blank. Anyway, my wife kicked my ass at it. She was actually much better at it than I was. But it was a big shotgun place. They had a little range there too. But if that's what you're talking about, I've only been there one time. I was invited there by a friend who's a member. But I do most of my stuff north of the Metroplex, and then out where I live, it's we're outside of city limits, so I don't have to pay range fees and whatnot. Yeah, I gotta at least give us a date for X-Plane 12 soon. I already got another SSD. Same here, music. So I got my PC's ready to go now, minus the GPU. I got FS 2020 ready to go on an SSD. I got X-Plane 12 ready to go. But I'm just waiting for it to drop because I really, really want to just ditch X-Plane 11. Even if all our add-ons don't come over right away. I think I'm just going to wipe X-Plane 11 and go straight to 12, go in head first.
Good evening, Delta 189, checking in 18,000 for flight level 210.
Delta 189, Albuquerque Center, welcome, climb maintain flight level 39er.
Looks pretty sweet. Looking forward to finally getting a good working weather engine. Yeah, and those clouds were awesome too. You can retire at 70. I don't want to retire at 70, trust me. If the mind is still sharp, then it's debatable. Yeah, so that's the thing. I've flown with both sides of the coin, with the mind being sharp. I remember as an FO, I flew with the #1 captain in DFW at the time. He's long since retired now. But I remember we're taxiing out. We're coming out of DFW. And actually, let me back up. When we get to the airplane, we're just getting set up. It's an evening flight. Sun's going down. And the first thing he says to me and I knew who I was flying with because his #1 captain is, you know who he is, right? So I knew who I was flying with. He didn't know who I was, just some FO, whatever. First thing he says to me, not hi, how you doing? Hi, I'm so and so. He said, hey, my eyes aren't that good anymore at night, so just make sure we don't miss our taxi instruction. Something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's good to know. He's telling me right off the bat that he can't see at night very well. And he's like, yeah, I got these lenses, but it's a pain in the ass to wear. So anyway, that was how it started. Real nice guy, though. I love the guy. We're taxiing out. We're holding short there, getting our taxi instruction. And there's two ways from the east side of DFW Airport. There's two ways to get to 17 right. It's either Kilo and Echo Golf, or it's a sidestep, and let me show you. We don't need these Phoenix charts. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So we're on the east side. Let me pull up the 69 here. So I can't remember where we were. I think we were coming out of like 43 or something. But here you go. You can either take, it's either Kilo, which here it is. It's either Kilo, Echo, Golf. That's the keg route. 99% of the time you get the keg route. Or probably, I'll say 80% of the time you get the keg route. Or you get Kilo 7, which is right here, Lima, Echo Hotel. So those are the two #1 ways that you're going to get to 17 right. I mean, the amount of times I've gotten something other than Kilo Echo Golf or Kilo 7, Lima Echo Hotel, it's probably less than 1% out of the last, I don't know however many years have been based in DFW, but that's how frequent it is, right? So we get the instruction, Kilo and Echo Golf, right? So, okay, he's like, Kilo Echo Golf. He's like, yeah, I know, I'm going, cool. So we're taxiing down Kilo. And then ground comes on and says, hey, can you take, we need to change it, go Kilo 7 Lima Echo Hotel. And he said it kind of fast. I was like, all right. I repeat it, Kilo 7 Lima Echo Hotel. Captain looks at me, he's like, what was it? Where are we going? I was like, Kilo 7 Lima Echo Hotel. Oh, we just lost our lighting there. We'll go back into... We'll go out here. So I repeat, he's like, okay, yeah, Kilo 7, all right, I know where I'm going. So we're approaching like Kilo 8, and we're doing probably 20 knots, and I'm thinking, hey, it's Kilo 7, right? Kilo 7, right turn, Lima. He's like, yeah. I'm like, Kilo 7. He doesn't even see the sign, so I like aid him on slowing down for Kilo 7. We get Kilo 7, right? Okay. All right, now it's Lima Echo Hotel. I told him, I'm telling, this is our actual communication. I'm saying Lima Echo Hotel. So we're on Kilo 7, and he proceeds to want to turn right on Lima. I'm like, where are you going? No, left. So I'm yelling at him, left. Where are we going? Left, 17 right. Oh, yeah. Right, 17 right. So finally, we get going where we need to be going here on Echo. Oh, I'm sorry, on Lima. And when we get to the, I had to tell him about a dozen times that we were taking Echo Hotel, not Echo Golf. And in fact, I think there was like an old British Airways 74 that was blocking something over here. So we couldn't even take Echo Golf. But he asked me about a dozen times between Kilo 7 and Echo Hotel. He asked me literally about a dozen times if it's Echo Golf or Echo Hotel. So... I had that experience, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to retire in a couple months. So, it is what it is. But, and then we were flying to Cleveland. Same captain. We're going in. It's a no moon, right? So we're above the clouds first. So we're above the clouds. There's just like a low overcast layer. We're above the clouds. Above the clouds, you can see stars, moon, whatever. We get down, we break out about 3,000 feet or whatever it was, and it's really dark. It's a really dark night. You can't see any stars. There's no moon. It's just one of those nights where it's kind of like this right now on X-Plane, pitch black.
They didn't hand you off. Can you squawk ident?
And he goes, he's like, you know what? I'm having a hard time seeing. You want to take this landing? Yeah. I'm like, you all right? You okay? Like, yeah, you know, it's really dark out, and I'm retiring in a few months, so you have this landing. So I would say, all right, so for the rest of the trip, if we're ever flying at night, I just flew. For all parties involved, I just flew the airplane. But, you know, I've flown with guys like that, and I've also flown with guys that are super sharp at 63, 64. So I understand both sides of it. I really, really do.
5991, climb maintain flight level 350.
25 again, 5991.
V1 fly the Caribbean Island Tour. Ooh, yeah, we should do that one point.
1142 Albuquerque, correction, 1124 Albuquerque Center, welcome.
Yeah, there was a couple other things. I'm trying to remember now. God, he was a good guy though, but he had been flying around forever. I mean, he'd been on every airplane you could think of. He flew C-130s in the Army, or not in the Army, in the Air Force, I guess. He flew all the old MD-80s, 7.2s, all that good stuff that we like flying for fun in X-Plane. He actually flew for his career, so it was pretty cool. He had a lot of experience, a lot of cool stories. He had some cool war stories, too, about doing low-level flying in a Herc.
The Cessna calling me...
Yeah, I've been based in multiple places, Rex. I've been out on the East Coast. I've been... when I was at my regional, they actually had a base in Atlantic City initially, which sucked. I hated going out there. So I was in Atlantic City. I've been in Philly. I've been in Kansas City. I've been based in Chicago before. I've been based in Florida. So I've had several bases, not for very long. My longest base, other than DFW, was Philly. I was based in Philly for quite a few years.
Up to 250 years southwest, 1918. 369 Papa Tango, radar contact 30 miles west of the Drake, New York.
It's getting really dark now.
Albuquerque Center,
I can't see anything.
Flight level 280. Solaris 2590, Albuquerque Center, welcome.
Should I back up the time? I think I'm going to back up to sunset. How much? This is taking forever at 7.5, guys. Freaking ground speed. We're doing 478 knots.
802, flight level 360.
I'm going to back up the time. Is that taboo?
For 802, Albuquerque Center, welcome.
Let's do a jump seat view here. I don't know. You guys like flying at night. It's just dark. That's kind of a cool shot, though. Not going to lie. Airbus cockpit for the win. Matter of fact, can we go dim right here? Ooh. That's kind of nice. I think I'm going to back up. I'm going to back up the time here in a little bit. We'll enjoy some nighttime cockpit here. And I'm going to back it up. The darkness is way too dark. Exactly, Fubar. I mean, this is the kind of night that I was flying with I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he ever be flying. 2077, Spearwings 972, we'll say it. Oh, got to mess up.
Albuquerque Center, Delta 676. Unfortunately, we had something come up, must terminate. Thanks for your help.
That sounds scary.
Southwest 1812, welcome back.
All right, let's go ahead and back this up. Because I don't want to fly it. I mean, even though we don't have any juicy ortho, that's better. Center, good evening. Spearwings 972, we're level 370, restricted to 76 or less.
Spirit Wings 972, Fort Worth Center, good evening. Maintain Mach point 78 or less.
78 or less for Spearwings 972, thank you. All right, we can get out of these turboprop speeds here. 78 it is. We're going to get into some ortho here shortly, I promise. I think, unless that power reset just toasted one of my hard drives, I don't know. I mean, it was weird. It wasn't just a blackout. My screens everything went like into a weird, almost like a safe mode on my screens. I thought for sure the stream had shut down, X-Plane had shut down, and then out of nowhere, everything started popping back up. So, I don't know, it's beyond me. Reminds me of the New Year's stream. Yeah, that was a long one, Fubar. I can't believe we got away with the streams that we did get away with on my internet at the house. I spoke with a senior captain who had just transitioned from the 7.4 to the Airbus, and he said it only took him 10 minutes to get used to the side stick. Yeah, Jeremy, you'd be surprised. And a lot of guys are often wonder, like, oh, is it hard to switch from the right seat to the left seat because of the side stick, you know, switching hands? And honestly, yeah, take a couple minutes, I would say more than 10 minutes. But, yeah, you get used to it. You definitely get used to it. But yeah, 7.4 to the side stick. You know what's funny? There was I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I was in the hotel van in Tampa a couple months back, and we were all going to the airport in the morning, and it was just me and my FO, and there were some other people in the van though. It was a regular hotel shuttle. We're sitting DoubleTree, got the cookies, absolutely awesome. But we're in the van to the airport, excuse me, and we start talking, and we were talking about old school 7.4 drivers, and we were getting ready to go down to Colombia. And we were talking about Medellin, and we're talking about how there was an old 7.4 crash, I think, down there in Medellin. And I said, yeah, you know, back in the day, those were the real pilots, man. Could you imagine flying the 7.4 Classic and the 727 down into the mountains? And two gentlemen in the back piped up, and they were like, that was us. And there were these two, I think they were well into their 70s now, but there were two other families there. It was a husband and wife, the two gentlemen. They both were like 7.4. One flew the 7.4 100. One flew the 7.2 and the 707. And they were telling some crazy stories. But yeah, it was cool to chit chat with those guys in the van for a little bit, because then they started asking some Airbus questions. I'm like, yeah, it's nothing compared to what you guys had to deal with back in the day. Max, where am I at? I don't even know where I'm at. I'm over some no ortho land right now. I think West Texas. If you're a right-hander, right side stick is easy, right? Yeah.
1022.
Yeah, it is.
You are direct to the Texaco VOR right now. We're direct.
Your brother-in-law had to leave the 7.4 and now on the bus. He's loving it. You know, I don't know anybody who has switched from any other airplane into the Airbus and hated it. I'm sure there's some out there, but for the most part, most people I talk to are like, I love the Airbus now. Like, it's different. It definitely does things different, but most people that make the full transition, they love it.
Clear direct Texaco, Southwest 1022.
West Texas farmland out here, crop circles. Name of song, please. So this one was Lepiton Falls by Ooey. Right here, Josh. I'll put it in there for you. By Ooey, O-O-Y-Y.
Southwest 1458.
I like Ooey.
Only, no voice.
I like
I apologize.
this type of music for cruising around at.
What speed would you like? Can you do Mach 0.74? Yes, sir. Mach 0.74, Southwest 1458. Southwest 1458, thanks. I'll be able to get you normal speeds then, probably in about 80 miles. Welcome, Southwest 1458.
Direct Texaco, you know you're there when you can hear that. Almost, Cam. I'd like to go direct victory is what I'd like.
Southwest 681.
Even Flight Deck the Sim wants to get his hands on a bus from what I've heard. Well, that's why he's flying the A340 for a long haul, right? Superior aircraft. Well, Lucas, yeah, you just saw you remember what I said. Yeah, absolutely, I remember you, man. That's I didn't even know really what YouTube was all about, to be honest. I think you were probably the first person to ever comment on anything. I spoke to a 7.3 captain who moved to the 330, then on to the 7.8. He called the Boeing aircraft as Windows aircraft, and Airbus is Apple, same but different. That's a good way to put it, honestly. You know, they accomplish the same mission, they just have a different way of doing it. Don't a lot of right-hand captains hold the left side of a yoke anyway? Yeah, if you're a captain. Yeah, absolutely, because your right hand has to be on the thrust levers. Absolutely. Life hacks for living on the road, Gavin. Okay, for living on the road or just like for being a pilot on the road? For being a pilot on the road, you need earplugs. You need to have a plethora of vitamin C. You need to have like some type of sleepy time tea that'll help you go to sleep at night after you're wound up. One of the hardest things to do, and as I get older, and I'm not that old to be honest with you. I know a lot of you guys think I'm pretty darn old, but I'm not that old. Sometimes after a day of flying, it's hard to just shut off and go to bed. So, you know, if you're coming in from even if you're so tired, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been in the cockpit up here, like struggling to keep my eyes open. And then as soon as we hit the ground and we're at the hotel, I'm having a hard time falling asleep. So a good sleepy time tea that'll like help kind of relax you and bring you down. That's definitely a good thing to have. I like to have a tea before bed. And what else I got for you? Always have some sandy wipes. A plethora of chargers. Have at least 3 chargers for your devices. I'm not old, James. At least I don't think I'm old. I mean, I might be old for some of you, but... Any more news on the merger? Sin City, you know, I haven't heard too much yet. Other than, you know, I did say in the last stream that it looks like as of now, Spirit is going to be the surviving brand post-merger. Now, there could be multiple reasons for that. It could be just brand awareness or what have you. But what's interesting is Indigo Partners, who own Frontier, they own 80-something%. And post-merger at 51.5%, they own less than, I think they only own like, I don't know, I think it worked out to like 60-something, I don't know. Or less than 50, whatever it have you. So I don't know why and I don't even know if it will stay that way. Things can change. But remember, the merger still has to be approved by the DOJ, which it could, I wouldn't be surprised if it got struck down. But yeah, it still has to go through the approval process. Chamomile tea, exactly, that's what I have. And a good FO has all the hotel pens. Yep. Exactly. If you're old, I'm a fossil. Exactly. Do I think VOR should be phased out completely? Do you think aviation still benefit? I think there's definitely a benefit for them, Rex, especially in South America. So a lot of South America ops still utilize VORs and NDBs even. So it's still, you still got to be training on them. You still got to be learning the procedures. Can you show how to create a waypoint with the fix info radius screen? Ricardo, absolutely. Let me finish this cinematic circle because that looks freaking awesome. Does that not look awesome right now?
Fort Lake Center, Southwest 706, flight 37 there. Southwest 706.
No problem. What's up? Welcome.
Fort Worth Center, good evening. Spirit 18.
How many times has happened to you something like this? A failure aircraft on ground with everybody on board ready to push? Oh, it's happened. Normally on go-home day. And they're mostly on go-home day. Right after push. What did I have the other day? Man, that's why I say the other day. I haven't flown for a couple of weeks. But we had something right after they disconnected the tow. Oh. Wow, nose wheel FCS fault or something? I can't remember what it was. We had some nose wheel fault after they disconnected the tow. And I'm like, seriously? And I had to get on maintenance. And then we had to do a reset. We ended up fixing it. But yeah, it does happen. All right, real quick.
Southwest 172, Fort Worth Center, good evening.
Let's do a fix info waypoint. So, put my instructor hat on. Fix info page. We're going to do it off of, let's do Ganja. Actually, no, let's do something further down the line. Let's do like, what do we got? I don't know. Let's just do DFW. Shoot. Let's do KDFW because we all know where the airport is, right? Let's do a radius. What's our distance to Dallas in a straight line? So right now, our distance to DFW is 259. All right, so let's go back to our fixed info. So I want to make a radial, or a radius at 200 miles. Here's my radius line. You want to make a waypoint from it now? I'm going to go ahead and press this here. And I'm going to go ahead and hit insert.
Contact
Look,
Center 120.9.
D200KDF, and it gets cut off, but it's trying to say KDFW. So I just put a waypoint 200 miles from KDFW. Now I could change that fix, obviously, to any fix I want, but that's exactly how you do it from fix info. Now let's see. And then so if I wanted to put an altitude restriction then I could just come here and I could put an altitude constraint in here. But I don't want to do that, and I don't even want it in my flight plan, so we'll go ahead and kill it. But that's exactly how you do it. Draw the line and then you press that little arrow and that'll set the waypoint for you.
Jack card 604.
So the best way the best time to use that would be like, hey, I need you to Spirit Wings 972. I need you to cross 150 miles this side of DFW at 12,000 feet, something totally random. You put that in your fix info. There is a way to do it just in here, but sometimes it's better just do fix info, draw the radius, make the fix, and then put the altitude on it. Max, thank you for the $20 dono, Max. Huge shout out, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Appreciate the dono, Max. He says, can you give some tips and tricks on landing at night? I get easy 120 to 150 feet per minute landings consistently, but at night the ground seems to rise really quick and boom, slam down. Oh yeah, I know exactly what can help you. So thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it, Max. Thank you also for just being around the channel. You're always you're very active in the Discord and on the streams and everything. So I do appreciate your continued support, sir. Thank you very much for that kind donation. So landing tips. What we'll do is, once I keep backing up the time right now, once we get close, we'll just do why don't we do like a sunset, almost completely dark landing. We'll do that. But the number one tip I'm going to give you, Max, is eye movement. Now watch me totally stuff this landing on stream tonight, but it is the same in real life. I'm going to teach you how to do it in real life. It may not be the same in the sim. In the sim, honestly, if you want to just float it out and look at your vertical speed, it is what it is. But that's not the proper way to do it. In real life, a smooth night landing is dependent upon your eye movement. So, as you're coming down on approach, imagine a runway's out here, right? I'm looking at the near end, my touchdown point. Typically, right abeam the Pappies is a good spot to look, or pick a spot in the touchdown zone. Don't just pick the whole touchdown zone. Pick a spot, either halfway down the touchdown zone, or maybe there's a light that you're looking at on the touchdown zone. Pick a specific spot on the touchdown zone. Just like in shooting, aim small, miss small. So if you aim at the whole touchdown zone, you may miss the entire touchdown zone. If you aim at the middle of the touchdown zone, you might miss it and land, between the middle and the end, which is still good, right? So aim small, miss small, pick a spot that you want to touch down at. Personally, I kind of just look abeam the Pappies, or I pick something abeam there, because a lot of times you can be all kind of blended in. But your eyes need to be here. As you get closer to landing, especially as you cross that threshold, your eyes need to be shifting to the far end of the runway. Now, it's very hard in the sim unless you have a wide field of view. I think this is pretty decent here on this monitor. But as you come over the numbers, you want your eyes to start changing. Near end, far end, near end, far end. And pretty much when you're retarding the thrust, your eyes should be at the very end of the runway. And in real life, you're looking at your peripheral vision rising, the rising lights below you to judge how far you are off the ground. What's causing hard landings is you staring at your touchdown point. Your eyes need to move. So on the approach, I'm probably about 70% touchdown spot, far end. 70% near end, 30% far end. As I come through 1,000 feet, 500, I'm more like 50-50. I'm looking at both. Boom, boom. Also checking my speed. As I come across that threshold, I am far end. I'm probably 80 far end, 20 near end, just to make sure. I do one check, especially here in the Airbus specifically. Right about 50 feet, I look at my speed, make sure I'm on my VREF. Then I look kind of where I'm touching down at, and I transition to the far end, and my eyes stay out here the whole time until touchdown. So you want to keep your eyes at the far end of the runway to help judge your sink rate. You will not be able to judge your sink rate if you just stare at the aiming point. So that's what's causing it. I'll try to remember to talk through that on landing. I'll try to be looking at the far end. I'll be like close end, far end, close end, far end. That'll really help.
733, Fort Worth Center, good evening.
But 90% of the time, if you're plunking them on, it's because you're staring at the near end of the runway.
Fort Worth Center, good evening. American 941 through 14 climbing 17. American 941, Fort Worth Center, climb and maintain flight level 3.
This is a long flight at freaking 7.2 Mach or whatever the hell we've been doing. Who bought merged with Northwest? Used to be my hometown. Delta? So Delta bought Northwest.
November 842 Alpha Whiskey, Roger.
Can you explain the difference in terms of how you fly an airplane when cleared for a visual approach instead of an ILS? Honestly, I fly them very similarly. That's what makes you proficient. That's what makes you a better aviator. Don't try to change things up all the time. Now, if I'm on a visual, yeah, I may shut everything off and hand fly, but I still use the bird. But here's the kicker. If I'm on an ILS and I want to hand fly it, I also use the bird. So whatever you do, just be consistent. Just because you get a visual approach, don't change everything you do. If you don't use the bird, don't use the bird if you don't want to. Use your pitch and bank angle limits, You don't have to use the bird. You've got an attitude indicator. But it definitely helps. I think the bird is a fantastic tool. And maybe if you're uncomfortable with it, maybe take some training, maybe take some practice in getting used to flying with the bird. And use it all the time. Use it if you're on an ILS, and use it if you're on a visual approach. That way, every approach you do is the same in basic maneuvering, and that's going to make you more proficient. I think we made it from LA to New York faster than this. I agree, Fubar. What's the optimum cadence for the RA call-outs you want to hear? You want to hear the 5, Jeremy, but believe it or not, you don't hear the 5 all the time. That 5... That's when you know you're going to get a greaser. But I mean, I don't. It's hard to explain, Jeremy. I can hear it. Like if someone were to just play call-outs, and I would say no visuals to say is this a hard landing or firm landing, just by the timing of the call-outs, I could probably tell you which ones are harder than others, because it is a very specific cadence, kind of like 50, 30, 20, 10. 5 greaser. What you don't want is 50, 20, 10, boom. That's what you don't want.
American 1798 Fort Worth Center. Good evening. Climb and maintain flight level.
Aaron, what's going on, man? Arriving a bit late. Can we settle on the name Sprontier? Sprontier. I like that, Aaron. I like that. Sprontier it is. So that looking at the end of the far. So that looking at the end of the runway is exactly how I land in the day. I'm fixed focus for sure. Max, exactly. So at night, you're getting distracted by all the pretty lights in the touchdown zone. Probably. That would be my guess.
941. If I hadn't given it to you already, climb and maintain flight level 300. Yeah, firm.
Bank angle check. I have noticed starting out the flare lightly around 50 makes a world of difference in the Toliss. Yeah, Cam, in the real airplane, I still feel like the real airplane lands easier than the Toliss. The Toliss is a bit tricky at certain weights, especially at certain grow weights. It feels a little bit more tricky, but yeah, definitely starting the flare at 50 feet. So, it may not be the Toliss. It may just be you don't have that actual feeling of motion, right? You know, in the real airplane, you can feel your sync rate. You can feel the deceleration of that sync rate when you start to flare just a little bit. In the Toliss, unless you're staring, or in any airplane in flight sim, unless you're staring at your VSI or your altimeter, you can't really tell how much impact that's having, right? So that's another reason why I like having the FS Project stick, the whole side stick setup that I have, because it's very much muscle memory. You know, I land these planes on stream. When you see my landing cam, like, I'm basically doing muscle memory of how the real airplane lands. Now, does it always equate to butters? No, absolutely not. In fact, I don't even remember the last time we had a butter on stream, but I'm not chasing butters necessarily. Obviously, I would like to get butters, but I'm not going to change my method of landing in the sim because I don't want to go out on the line and then plunk it, right? I still have to land the airplane in real life, and I keep the muscle memory the same. Sometimes it works out just perfectly. Sometimes it can get a little bit I don't know what.
681. I think I finally got.
I don't know how to describe it. I think Phantom 320 had a good way of describing it a while back, or what's happening in the flare law, which kind of makes it a little bit different than the real thing. But I mean, yeah, when I throw this puppy on right here and you see my hand moments. Oh, sorry guys. Well, I guess you don't need to see my thrust levers, but yeah, the movements that you see here are muscle memory movements of what I would be doing in real life. So. Check the Discord tomorrow. I have painted the Spruntier livery. Max, I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna send it to all my buddies and be like, look, I'm gonna pass it as real aviation news. You'll probably see like New York Times with it saying this is the new livery. I'm gonna try to pass it as like a real official, like, hey, I got this from an internal source. This is the new official livery. I wonder how it felt being the crew on Spirit or Frontier the day of the merge. Conversations in the flight deck had to be interesting. You bet.
Contact Fort Worth Center 132.45.
3245, Spirit Wings 972. See it. All right, we actually have to start doing some work here, guys. 3245, enter destination data. Well, yes, indeed. I guarantee you, ILS 17 Center, 762 in the barrow is set. What do we got for Fort Woof? Oh yeah, this song is gonna get it right here. There is information of Victor. 160 at 6K knots. I used to fly with one captain. It is hilarious when I was at the regionals. What am I? Look, 160 knots. What the hell? That's. Yeah, I'm getting tired now. 160 at 6. But he used to. His pet peeve was like, why do people say knots? What do you think it is? Kilometers? Like, of course it's knots. Like, just say 160 or slow to 210, or when air traffic control says say speed and people are like 250 knots. It's like, why are you saying knots? What else is it going to be? Light years? Like, it's always knots. So yeah, now I try not to say knots. I sometimes catch myself saying knots, but he used to crack me up, man. All right, what do we have here? 29 or 87. I guess I should know. I live here, right? 29 or 87. I should just go outside. Oh, this is that club jam that came on when we were doing some Asia Pacific stuff. I feel like they need to be at Razzles and Daytona Beach. What's the temperature?
Center, Southwest 495.
19. Can we please get a PDC in Toliss at one point? That would be awesome.
Southwest 706.
Or not PDC, just 8 cars. K knots, miles per hour.
Southwest 495. Right now everything looks fine.
Exactly. All right, it's the visual 17 Center. Any questions? No questions. Good. That's my brief in real life. Unless allegedly. I will neither confirm nor deny. I mean, come on. If you haven't flown the freaking Victory 2 in the DFW yet, let's see here. Go back. Arrival. If we get a descend via, it's going to bottom out at 5. At Paup. There's 5,230 at Paup. We're set up.
the speed.
We're jamming now. Meters per second.
And resume publish speed at victory for Spirit Wings.
Is knots the new with you? No, I see. Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong.
72, descend upon discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Pilot's discretion 240. Spirit Wings 972. All right, 24 is set. We are about 5 miles. I'm going to hit it and we'll start over. What was I saying? No, it's not the new with you because there's really, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't know. It's just funny because he made such an impression on me about making fun of people when they said knots that, like, even when I say it, I hear myself say the word knots. Like, why am I saying knots? But it doesn't, it's not near as bad as with you. With you is just annoying. Macy Molik, thank you for the $2 dono. Appreciate it, man. Welcome aboard. Cool deal to you, sir. Welcome. We got 24 sets, 7-8 on the speed. We are starting down to some funky jams now. Endemic sound is really going, really digging deep here. Oh, that's a juice shot. I'm liking how the likes are above the amount of concurrent viewers. You guys are rock stars. I normally don't stream in this window, so I do appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight. If you guys are dual watching, is XP still live? If you guys are dual watching XP, give him a shout from me, from V1. Give him a little shout. Tell him I said what's up. I hope he butters the landing. I didn't catch what he was flying into tonight. But he's on Microsoft. If he was on X-Pilot, I would send him a cars. If you're dual watching the stream, give him a shout. Old XP72, love that dude. But yeah, what I was saying is I'm loving how I've got more likes than concurrent viewers. You guys are rock stars. Fly-by-wire Airbus is getting PDC. I saw that, Fubar. I think we're going to be in the fly-by-wire next, believe it or not. We're going to be in the fly-by-wire next stream, I believe. Hell yeah, V1 got the beer out, stream on, flying my own bird. It's a great Friday night. Thanks for streaming, buddy. Max, cheers to you, my friend. Is there a rule of thumb, distance, runway when they lower the gear? Next to you, welcome on board. I don't recognize that name. Like I was saying, probably get some new viewers here at this late night window. So thanks for tuning in. What I preach here on the channel is the same thing that I preach in real life. In the Airbus, and all the people in chat that are regulars know this, this is a cardinal rule. Generally speaking, on approaches, unless you're doing a funky approach like maybe more than a 3-degree slope, or it's a crazy visual approach with a steep descent rate, or para-buton, the general rule is in the Airbus, I don't care if you're in a 19, a 20, or a 21, at 2,000 feet above ground level, 2,000 feet AGL, so above touchdown zone really, you want to look at your touchdown zone, 2,000 feet above, you need to be at 180 knots, flaps config 2. So I don't care when you get there, I don't care if you put flaps 1 out at 10,000 and you're slowing down, as long as you are flaps 2, 180 at 2,000 feet AGL, as soon as you go through 2,000 feet AGL, lower the landing gear and dial up your VREF speed or just push to manage the speed in the Airbus and it'll automatically come back for you. So, oh, there's XP. What's up, man?
Forward Center, good evening. Spirit Wings 1815, flight level 350.
I was just talking about you, XP. What's going on, man?
Southwest 412, radar contact lost.
At American, the call out on takeoff roll is 80 instead of 80 knots. Jeremy, so Airbus has I was already talking about, and I remember you mentioned it last stream. So the new call outs per Airbus now are at 80 knots. The pilot monitoring says thrust set, and then at 100 knots, it's.
Victory to arrival, maintain 310 knots, resume published speeds at Victory. The regional altimeter is 29087.
Sun via Victory, 310 knots, resume published speeds at Victory for Spirit Wings 972. All right, we got 5,000 set for pop, 310 on the speed, so I'm just going to dial this sucker up here, resume published speeds at Victory. 310 is set now. Yeah, so then at 100 knots, it's 100 knots, check, that's when you're cross-referencing, and then it's standard. So there's been some changes, mostly because of the Neo in particular, with the new unreliable airspeed indications. Guys, I hope I didn't toast a hard drive here. We had a crazy power reset if you're just tuning in midstream. We lost everything. My whole office went dark. I thought the stream was dead. My computer started doing really weird things and somehow came back to life. But I feel like I should have ortho, and we don't have ortho now, so I don't know what happened. Did I watch the X-Plane 330 video?
Contact forward center 120.77.
I did. It looks freaking awesome. Super deal. I did. And the Cirrus. I was talking about that earlier. The runway textures in that Cirrus video were awesome. I hope I didn't miss a radio call. That was for Southwest. Take it easy, XP.
Subscriber ahead.
Forward
Look
center
up.
12077. Southwest 495, get in.
Thank you, Flight Force, for the $5 super chat, sir. Welcome. Thank you so much for that. I got those Airbus detents, those Bravo detents. They're awesome. Yes, indeed. If you guys are just tuning in, I can't really tell. I think the camera's set up right, but we got the detents here. You know what? For this approach, we're going to shut everything off. How's that? We'll go hand flying. We'll do all kinds of hand flying stuff, and then we'll try our new detents out. I was pretty good on the takeoff, I will admit. Putting them into that magnet snap was pretty nice. But yeah. We'll do another hand-flown approach tonight. We'll shut it all off. We'll do bird mode. We'll fly it in. I had a SO warning unlogged SIM crash, and there's just a missing tile now. I've reloaded. That might be. I might have a couple of missing tiles, Lauren. I don't know what happened because I know I have ortho for Dallas. So the fact that I'm not over ortho right now is sketchy, but this is a cool shot. Look at that. Might want to check your hard drive. Yeah, the Aviator, I'm going to be checking the hard drive big time after this. I don't know what happened. Guess I just have to get another SSD. Regards from Long Beach, New York. Mr. Molik, welcome aboard. My sister's out there in New York. Not in Long Beach, though, but welcome on board the stream. You're just in time. We're descending via. Getting ready to come into Dallas, Fort Worth. What was the biggest mistake you made on a flight?
310, and we're resuming speed on 53.
I don't know. I have to think about that. I told one on my podcast about, I think I did, right? Did I do that one yet? About not checking the weather when I was a freight dog. It might be. I think I podcasted that. Maybe not. Does that sound familiar? Where I didn't check the weather because I was a freight dog, and we had to divert, and one of the scariest nights of my life. Maybe I didn't talk about that one yet. Complacency, probably, Sean. You know, I've definitely made mistakes in my. Oh, well, you know what? As far as airline flying goes, I made a mistake in Washington National, DCA. We had a runway incursion. You know, nobody was hurt, thank God, and, you know, everything was fine. But I was an FO at the time, and we had a taxi. I read back the wrong clearance to cross the runway, and our aircraft nosed onto the runway. Not onto the runway, but past the whole short line, and it caused Air Whiskey 200, CRJ 200 to abort takeoff. They didn't even get close to us. We weren't even on the runway. They would have been fine if they had gone through, but doesn't change the fact that it was definitely a runway incursion. And there was a lot that happened in that one. Matter of fact, that would be a good one for the podcast if I didn't talk about that one. I might have talked about that one. I can't remember. It's been so long now. But oh, yeah, Swarm radio tower. That's definitely the one. That's my biggest mistake in aviation thus far in my career. Could have cost me my life and my FO's life. He definitely saved the ship on that one. Swarm, yeah, radio tower for sure.
2434 left turn direct to victory, resuming arrival.
I call freight pilots cigar chewers because I've seen freight come in some pretty horrible weather. MTFM, my friend, that was our motto. Move the freaking metal is the YouTube friendly version. But that was it, MTFM. Kind of like we have the RTFM emoji in the Discord. Move the metal. That's what you get paid to do. I don't care what your problems are. I don't care what the problem is with the airplane. You are paid to move the metal, my friend. And that's what you're going to do tonight. Period. Put a stamp on it. Yeah, radio tower was crazy. That, yeah, 100%, man. That was stupid. Sucker hole. Yeah, I must have a messed up hard drive, guys. This should all be ortho. I hope nothing else is jacked up. That's kind of not good. What did we have? 2987 is set 1, 2, and 3 times. We're at 18,000. Approach briefing is complete.
Bearings 1815 out of 35 for 24.
Published speeds at victory. So we can still maintain and then tell victory. So as soon as I pass a layman here, I'm going to go ahead and manage up. And we'll slow to 250.
72 contact regional approach 119.87.
1987, Spirit Wings 972. We'll see ya.
First Spirit Wings
34, roger. Descend via the arrival, runway 18 right.
Descend via the arrival, 18 right. American 2434, thanks.
Approach, good evening, Spirit Wings 972. We're just sending out of 14,000 via the Victory 2 with Victor.
Spirit Wings 972, regional approach, runway 18 right.
Well, 18 right. Any chance for 17 tonight for Spirit Wings 972?
Okay, expect 17 center, 972.
We'll expect 17 center, Spirit Wings 972. That's funny. I
Spirit Wings
didn't
1215,
even
regional approach.
think about that. I was just an automatic muscle memory asking for 17 center.
Runway 18 right, flight
I don't want to land on 18 right. It's a long ass taxi, man. I don't want to land over there. All right, 17 center as brief. We're down to 5,000 managed speed. We're slowing it up. Is there seriously no ortho this whole way in? Something is definitely messed up now. Great. All right, we'll let this song end, then we're gonna get the sound up, and we gotta go to work, ladies and gentlemen. Keep chewing that cigar, you sir. Just now I took off from Lauderdale on runway 10 right. Though my McDo was programmed for 10 left, didn't get flex on the FMA. It was all a hot mess. Hey, that's in real life, man. Your taxi briefing, you check that about 3 times. Takeoff runway confirmed. I have 1 mechanical hard drive left, Jeremy. Everything else is SSDs. I have 1 mechanical hard drive left that has apparently some scattered ortho, and it has basically just some old pictures and nothing that I really use. The majority of everything else now is all SSDs. But I do have 1 hard drive left in my computer, and I hope it's not toasted because there were some good photos on there. Like I had a bunch of old stuff on there.
1215, contact regional approach 11, actually disregard.
We almost hit a tower wire landing at an accident in our long Ranger. Wow, tower light was out. Pilot saw it last minute, and we were bank angle checked. Rotor fib. Man, that's definitely gonna get the pucker factor up, man. Starting the Carta mods. New PC starting over. Scott, well, that's exciting though. Hopefully it's a pretty powerful rig. Oh, this is cool with the sun setting. Beautiful. All right, after this song, we are going to work. Oh, who's that? That's a cool shot right there. Note him, keep an eye on your ex-pilot. USA West is experiencing issues. Had to reconnect on the Canada server. Roger that, Sin City. We'll keep an eye on it.
2434, just reduce speed to 250 and then descend and maintain 5,000, but speed first.
All right. Cool deal. All right, let's crank it up. It's time to go to work. Let's get the volumes back up here.
972. Maintain 6,000 and flighting 100.
Maintain 6,000, heading 100 for Spirit Wings 972. All right, 100, 6,000 blue is set. Audio juice is coming back up. I'm going to juice this back up. We're through 10. Let's go ahead and get our lights on. We have ATC, so we do proper lighting calls today. Hit the forward call there on the flight attendants. We're out of 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and activate and confirm. Maintain 250. Let's select speed. 250 knots selected. Looks like he's going to give us a vector for the ILS, which is perfect. Whoa. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the box here. We'll take it off of Zing 176. What the hell? Why is radial in going in? They want me to do the opposite, so they want me to be 356? That's weird. Or maybe it's, I don't know, I can't remember. It's been so long. Go ahead, pull heading again. Alright, so we got a nice clean box. We shot the line. Now he'll probably give me a rejoin the arrival and I'll be screwed. It's overkill. 13.5 terabytes of SSD. Good grief, Scott.
2434, turn left heading 070.
Was going to build a PC a year ago, but I put it off. Now I can't find a graphics card. Al, I'm in the same boat, man. I actually had one pre-built, and I had a 3090 ready to go. And I just squandered the opportunity, and now it's gone. And
2434, the closest airplane.
now I don't know what I'm going to do.
East your position at 4500 eastbound at Airbus 321. Do you see anyone else?
Nope, we're flying at Airbus.
Hopefully the sounds are alright. Well, sorry about the lack of ortho, guys. With ortho, there was no overkill. I agree. Well, I guess we'll just have to watch Carta engine view here. I like the light, the wing light reflecting off that. I swear, these engines look better than real ones.
Airline 972, maintain 6000. Contact regional approach now. 1 airplane 4, 19.4.
19.4, maintain 6,000. Spear wings 972. Say it. Center agreement, or approach agreement, spear wings 972, level wing 6,250 knots. Well, 17 center, spear wings 972. Maybe there's ortho over there? I don't know, I think it's all gone. I don't know what happened. Carta, you are still here? Good grief, what time is it, my friend? Carta, did you, did you get the speed brake arming lever? This one right here? For some reason, I can't get the arm position to register as a button. I don't know if I have to get a software fix or something for that. Mickey! Thank you for the 9-month support. 080, Spearwings 972. Boeing greater than Airbus from Boeing driver to an Airbus captain. Mickey G. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from Mickey G himself. Boeing driver gone Airbus. And he says, oh, wait, no. Never mind. I thought you said Airbus greater than Boeing. Disregard. Come on, you gotta admit the tray table is nice, though, is it not? Tray table is pretty nice. The legroom is pretty nice. Cockpit's pretty comfortable. Nearly 2 a.m. in the UK. Woo. Spirit Wings and Frontier Flight are both two mouthful call signs. Probably why they're merging. Yeah. It'll be Spirit Flight or Frontier Wings. Frontier Wings isn't bad. Oh, you don't have it yet, Carta? All right. I'm going to rebuild my entire rig this year. I'll ship my current one down to you. Max, that'd be sweet, man. There's DiffW over there. That'd be sweet, Max, because you've been posting some pretty sweet screenies. Every time I see one of your screenshots, I immediately regret the decision not to rebuild my PC. Yeah, something is totally messed up. That sucks.
Turning 972, turn right heading 145, descend and maintain 6,000 and report the airport side, join the localizer.
145 on the heading, airport and side, Spirit Wings 972.
972, cleared visual approach, runway 17 center.
Cleared visual 17 center, Spirit Wings 972. Alright, we're clear the Vish. What's the tower?
Maintain 180 knots or greater until Jiffy.
180 or greater until Jiffy, Spirit Wings 972. We'll give him a 200. And tower is going to be, is it going to be like real tower? 2415. No, we're east. 2655. I'm going to shut everything off. We're going to hand fly it. I think that's what he's going to give us if it's real life. VFE next, minus 10. Takeoff and landing cam. Juicy flap lever position. Flap 1. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. All right, we're hand flying. Autopilot's coming off. Auto thrust is done. And flight director's off. We'll leave the LS on. Give me the bird. Give me the bird in chat. I'm actually going to come back to 180.
Airline Flight 72 at Jiffy, contact Fort Worth Tower 126.55.
At Jiffy over to Tower 2655 for Spirit Wings 972. We'll see it. Leave your next man stand for the laps 2. Oh, that's so cool having that lever there. All right, at Jiffy over to Tower. I'm just going to switch it now. Don't do that in real life. I'm not going to check in until we're at Jiffy. We got the thrust in idle. Oh, I love this. I can't believe there's no ortho. All right, now we need a little power. Low power, low power, low power. 17 center. Oh, I lined up with the right side. Don't do that. Come a little bit more to the left there. Maybe Tower will give us 17 right. We'll do a last minute. Whatchamacallit. Let me get the box set up for that. Okay, don't try this. Don't be hand flying and doing this. I'm going to go secondary. I'm going to go copy active. I'm going to go secondary. Secondary approach arrival. We'll see if we can get a sidestep in here without getting unstable. 17 right. No star. No via. Insert. And then I'm going to clear out. Yeah, that's perfect. So the secondary is set. Should we get it? But I don't know if he's going to give it to us or not. All right, we are stepping below. I'm going to set go around altitude. Call it 2,200 feet, 1,500 feet above field. All right, now we can go back to flying. Sunset ops are the juice. I do miss that dead throttle in the middle for sure. Hopefully we'll be able to get a sidestep maneuver here. I'll show you guys how to do that last minute. I should have the perf data set up, but it's visual, so it's not a big deal. Yes, Mr. Karma, I believe you do in fact need the Airbus throttles for the mod. Don't quote me on it, but I think that you do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you do. Nope, disconnected. Don't know what that was all about. We're back on. That's in that server issue, I guess. Ooh, you had a Dash 8 sunset flight? That's awesome, man. The speed brake you can assign. I'm going to have to, because it's not, as for some reason, it's not registering an X-plane. I'm going to call this guy early. Tower, good evening, Spirit Wings 972, visual, 17 center. Oh. I'm going to connect to Canada.
Spirit Wings 972, DFW Tower, runway 17 center, clear to land.
Clear to land, 17 center, Spirit Wings 972. Any chance for getting the right side?
Spirit Wings 972, sidestep approach, runway 17 right, clear to land.
17 right, clear to land, Spirit Wings 972. All right, so we got a sidestep approved, so we're going to go, oh man, secondary. We're activating secondary. We got to see, it's just as easy as that. I don't know why I keep disconnecting. Something's going on. My frames tanking? My frames are tanking. Why are my frames tanking? I don't know what's up with that. Flaps 3. Something has really messed with my scenery. I bet I have like double the scenery or something. Yeah, there's no way. I'm just gonna stay off that sim now. That sucks. I think my objects are doubled up or something. Let's go flaps full. Arm it up. We're gonna try to land this sucker with like 5 frames. What on earth? Yeah, we've got no frames. Frames are 0. Rip frames. Alright. Landing this airplane is going to be really difficult with no frames. Am I looking at something? Like, what happens if I go over here? No? I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn the seatbelt sign on. It's 2 streams in a row. Exactly, GNR. We're chewing those cigars, my friend. Frames or no frames? Well, since we have no frames, we might as well try to butter it. I don't know. Is it harder or easier to butter with less frames? Because if you have less frames, I guess it'd be harder because then your corrections wouldn't match up. Yeah, look, the traffic on the road is all like glitching out. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, great. Nav IR1 fault. Switch over to the FO3. Thank you, Toliss. Nav IR1 fault. Clear nav. Clear nav. We're landing. Roger. We're visual landing. Just like I do it in real life. Nothing different. Nav IR fault this low to the ground in visual conditions. Land the damn airplane, my friends. Everything decided to go foobar. I blame foobar. Clear direct foobar. I blame you, man. Everything went foobar here. Toliss has been striking me on final. I'm just waiting for him for an engine to roll back on final here. Or a V1 cut. That would be pretty, I mean, that would be kind of sweet to see live. Do an actual V1 cut on a random failure. That would be interesting. Alright, we are stable, I think. Gear is down, yep. Alright, let's land. Yeah, we still have 0 frames here. Alright, Max. Far end, near end. Far end, near end. Far end, far end. Wow. That is what it is. Spoilers, reverse green, frames at 0 confirmed. Is it the lights? What if I don't know what it was. 70 knots. Don't say that, you've already killed one of my engines. Yeah, that was a faulty, I got a faulty IAE at one V, no, it wasn't vSpirit, that was just an FNO. Carter, you gave me a faulty IAE engine there. We're gonna go ahead and exit here. I've been waiting to do this all stream. Check this out. Oh, that's fun to actually lift it up and move it past the detents. I don't ever get to do that in real life anymore. The FO always does the cleanup, so I never get to touch all this fun stuff. Disarm that. Apparently that's interesting. Apparently I have like a reverse thrust. We got all sorts of issues here. We're gonna get dinged for our VAMSys. If VAMSys is even still working. Alright, let's disarm that. Let's taxi to the gate. We need a cooldown. Actually, we're vSpirit, so we're not gonna have our APU on. Let's shut off these lights. We're gonna taxi into the gate right over here. How are we doing on frames? Still not good. Why did I remove the dead throttle? I removed it because I wanted to fit these detents in here. That's the only reason why. And I'm gonna keep it that way because the detents are worth removing the dead throttle. I would highly recommend using the dead throttle if you don't have the detents. How realistic is the Airbus model? Very realistic when you don't land in sub 10 frames. Alright, we'll take it in over here. I need a cooldown. What was my cooldown? What does our VAMSys say for touchdown? We landed at 46:54, so we need 3 minutes. And then I can shut down. We'll get the bonus points for our vSpirit. Alright, we'll take it in here. I'm going to single engine taxi, but I got to... they will ding you if you don't have a cooldown. So VAMSys recorded landing at 46, so as soon as it hits 49, which it just did, now we're going to single engine taxi. So we're going to go yellow electric pump on. Confirm engine 2, confirm. She's feathered. We're going to come in here sideways to the gate. I don't know what. This was a weird stream, guys. If you've been around, if you're still hanging out, which I think you are, 0 ortho, fried hard drive, messed up X-plane files, a complete blackout midstream. I do really appreciate your support, guys. You guys are awesome. Definitely not the most professional of streams tonight. But I had fun. I like hanging out. We talked about all kinds of random stuff. This Friday night stuff is kind of fun. A little bit. Almost feels like an after dark. Just kind of hang out and chat. Talk about knives. Talk about fishing and guns. We hit all the topics tonight. We talked about the Super Bowl menu. I do have the food section in the Discord, so if you want to see it, I will be posting pics this weekend, my friends. Alright, here we go. Let's make a hard right here. Parking with 0 frames is also a challenge. It's even hurting my eyes. I can't imagine what it is for you guys. We way undercut that turn. We're not. This is another LaGuardia 2.0 right here. I mean, this was probably the worst parking job yet. Oh my god. We'll have to see how we did. Brake set, engine 2 is off, seatbelt sign. Let's go ahead and connect ground power here at vSpirit. We don't even start the APU, we save cycles. Ground power is on. Connected. Engine 1, spin it down. Steve B. First live I've seen in a long time, still enjoyed. Well, Steve, thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It wasn't the prettiest of streams. We got her done. Thank you for the continued support, man. Glad to have you here. Hope you enjoyed it, man. The streams are perfect. They'd be no fun. First name, last name. Can I learn basic Airbus systems? Yeah, sure, man. You definitely can. All right. We got to do things proper here for VAMSys. Speaking of stuff, how was that parking job? Actually, for as crooked as we were when we turned in, that was a pretty good save. About 1 tire off. All right, let's, I guess, attempt to see what a replay looks like. Let me close VAMSys first. Oh. My touchdown, according to vSpirit, was 185 feet per minute. I'll take that. I'm going to take 185 from vSpirit. So you could see, or you can't see here, but yeah, we've got it filed. So that's done. Let's do a quick replay, and let's get out of here. I would connect back to Xpilot, but I don't even think it will let me. All right, let's see how we did. Well, we won't keep you long. Oh, yeah. There we're right back at the IR fault. Look at that. But look, even the glide slope and localizer were still working. That's interesting. All right, let's enjoy these landings here with Carta engines. Oh, yeah. Almost like you parked an Airbus before. Once or twice. Once or twice. I love that SkyTrain too, Cam. Man, I miss this nice long wing here with just a sharklet, or I'm sorry, with the wingtip fence on there. God, this is a good looking wing with these Carta engines on here. It changes the whole wing, I tell you that. This actually doesn't look half bad. One question, don't want to take all time away, but the IP valve and the bleed system is primarily used doing engine startup. IP valve. You mean the HP valve? I'd have to look. I'd have to look at the diagram. Whichever valve is on the lower ECAM when you move the ignition switch to ignition start, that's what you're looking for. It didn't seem that hard, really? Oh yeah. I love the glow of the nav light there. You can see me changing the time of day. Alright. Let's take a look at the runway. Let's see how we touched down. I didn't think that was that hard. Let's see how we did here, and then I'm getting out of here because it is 8 o'clock. Working it down. A little early flare. Wait, what? What? There's got to be some type of conflicting ground. Look at it says we touch down when we're still flying. What? Look, see, there's the wing flex and the spoilers are out. The airplane is not on the ground yet. All right, something is going on, my friends. I'll tell you what, though. That's, what, 2 streams in a row? We've been 10 for 10 on the center line? Alright. That was weird. I'm not even going to try to figure out what happened. Alright, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Friday night. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. vSpirit, guys, give them a shout. Check them out if you're interested in joining a VA. That's a lot of fun. Same guys run it that are mods in my Discord, or a couple of them are anyway. They also run the PVA group, which is a lot of fun. But it's been 1 year in this VA. I'm loving it so far. We've had a couple of chunkers, though, that's for sure, on landing. I haven't had my best landings at vSpirit, but that's all right. Bear fare, what do you expect? All right, guys, you have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful weekend. If you're watching the football this weekend, let's go Bengals. I'll talk to you next time, guys. I'm V1. Stay safe, stay healthy. See ya!